I love new car games. Yeah, well, you either drop, I can do drop cars. I just could basically that one. I'm like, all right, that's something that, like, I just had an idea. Yeah. And so, and yeah. Yeah. You chose over, man. I'm going to just get through right next to my idea. Yeah, I picked up a lot of pieces. And I did, the first time I read it, I was like, 0, 0, like 1 for each character. I'm going to die. Oh, this is right. And then oh, look at that. You run, yeah, so you run, but it's really funny too. You also get super relieved. I think the worst thing I both of us were just missed it constantly, and I think it was like I goes back in, and then I'll continue on. No, Dad, you have to take 3. Because I agree, and he's like, you still have to take 3. This card makes no sense. No one understands exactly why I play this. It's terrible. Yeah.
How are you, Paul? Good. I'm excited to have the weekend off so I can actually pre-release.
Totally not gonna go.
I'm just practicing for Denver. Getting used to it.
Is that limited in Denver or something?
Yeah, it's team limited. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Gives me a smaller basket.
Yeah, I'll find it. It's not gonna work. I was gonna turn it sideways, but then I realized I was taking
It's
one.
the same size.
So, yeah. I think they did it on purpose so that people couldn't understand.
Yes.
What do you do, bud? Oh, you found water?
Oh,
You want some more?
I think I pre one here.
What are you doing over there? Oh.
How about that? Yeah, there we go. Is that better?
Thanks for letting us know.
Loose Val, Flare, is that correct now? We were picking up table mic instead of us mic. It looks like it's right now.
This is what happens. Apparently Friday all of our stream settings got reset. I don't know why, but all of them.
Here we go.
Literally all of them.
Okay.
We fixed all of them except for our mic, so thank you for letting us know. We couldn't have known that until us starting. So here I'll get it fixed up.
Oh, yep. So, what do we have going on here? Sorry guys, we were just introducing things. We broke down the entire legacy metagame for you.
The entire thing.
And really gave, I think we've broken the format, but you'll have to go back and watch. But you won't be able to hear us say anything because the mic was
you'll
off.
have to lip read.
So we just said that was going to be a really quick game, and it was. Apparently, Paul on your right he's on lands versus Eldrazi, and I think it looks like he got a Tabernacle out, and Crystal just said nope. Which there must have been more to it than that, but
maybe not.
So this is game 2 now that they're shuffling into. Our backup match, we've got Burn versus Sneak and Show. So we've got kind of an interesting group of players tonight. Some different decks. If you liked the top 8 metagame from this weekend, we got some of that kind of going on. We got some Eldrazi decks, a Maverick, some lands, Sneak and Show, Turbo Depths, a Grixis and a Grixis Shadow list, and a Painter list. And there's a Jeskai Stoneblade mixed in there. So kind of a nice mix of variety for you guys. And welcome in, everybody. Sorry, as we're mixing things up here, we had to reset just about everything.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
It's like a brand new stream. It's like this has never happened before.
Before Bryce even got here, I had already switched up a bunch of stuff and trying to fix it because
it's all brand new.
Yeah, Friday something happened. I don't know. I was not here.
Brian, we have 12 players this evening playing some Legacy. And you get to see Ian back in store playing some Burn versus Austin and Sneak and Show.
Yeah, I never see him. Never see Ian.
Never?
No.
Oh. You sure?
He's not even my landlord.
Oh. That's good that you never see him then.
Yeah, never see him.
You moved to the East Coast, so I can usually catch the VOD of the... Well, I said hi to everybody on YouTube, but it didn't pick it up because the mic was off.
Yeah, that's true.
We were just talking about that, how there's a significant group of people who watch replays, right, on YouTube. And so hi to all those people who don't join us live. It's a Goblin Guide, everybody's favorite red 1 mana 2/2 that shows an Emrakul. Wow. Okay. It's coming. Ian, guess what you're playing against? Burn versus
Emrakul.
Show and Tell. So I'm pretty sure the Sneak and Show player would love to play against Burn, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I guess Burn gets to bring in some Pyroblasts, right? And to have a chance, but...
Yeah, I don't know about have a chance. Doesn't seem like...
Yeah, especially if you don't get another mountain, so you can't, play 2 spells a turn.
I mean, it wouldn't really surprise me if Show and Tell gets cast right here.
Yeah.
Does he not have it?
He's got a low pedal.
He's got a pet. Yeah, he doesn't have
No,
he has no. What?
So we saw Austin draw an extra card there. That was the land off of the Goblin Guide.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's another Swift Spear. No spells, no prowess.
No second land.
Aww.
Impulse is okay. Yeah, but he still might get this if Austin can't get an Emrakul in time. Because if he doesn't have a Show and Tell, then he would have to Impulse here, but he's gonna fetch.
I think he's fetching to Impulse, actually.
He didn't. Oh, does he have an Impulse in hand?
Yeah, he just drew
Okay.
it. It got revealed. Ew, burn, Flair says. Because
what's wrong with burn?
He actually is playing an EE, and he's saying ew, because an EE doesn't like burn. Is that what it is?
I guess. Yep, here's Impulse.
Okay.
All right, so he needs to find. Yep, there's a Show and Tell.
So can Ian win? He's got some time actually. Ian might still pull this out, right? He gets next turn. Oh no, he doesn't.
Yep. Okay, City of Traders actually made this okay, and he was able to find this. It's not technically over. Oh yeah, it is. He has omniscience. Okay, yeah, I missed it. He had omniscience.
Yeah. He gets to take an extra turn and then attack for 15 plus Annihilator. Ian got annihilated. Surprise!
Surprise.
All right, our backup match, our first match we saw. Paul took game 1 already. You can go ahead and mark him down for that. Crystal's playing Eldrazi. She's got a Reality Smasher. Doing some smashing. An altered Reality Smasher.
Smashy, smashy.
Legacy is whack? What? I mean, if you're one of the like cool kids who says whack as in like, it's really awesome, then yes, I agree.
So I think Drop a Honey might be okay in this matchup too.
Yeah, it pretty much kills this Reality Smasher, is what it does. Wormcoil is a pretty good answer for a Drop of Honey. Drop of Honey destroys the creature with the least power, so it's going to take out the Reality Smasher first, since Wormcoil is bigger.
Mm-hmm. Let's get that up on people's screen so they can actually see it.
The original Porphyry nodes. Or not. Maybe. You're going to have to redo all that as well.
Maybe.
Drop Honey. It's a card. It's enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, the owner's upkeep, you destroy the creature with the least power. Oh, there it is.
Got it.
We got the like Vintage Masters version up.
Yeah, it's a little easier to read.
Legacy's too fast for your modern tastes? Interesting. Modern is
Modern's faster.
Yeah, is actually kind of a faster format overall.
Definitely.
Legacy's great. If you haven't played Legacy and you're a modern player, you should take a look at some Legacy and see the different play patterns. It plays. You think differently when you're playing Legacy. How about
Definitely.
that? Your brain works differently, and it's fun. A lot of Legacy players, once they start playing Legacy, once they start getting into it, they enjoy it more.
Yep. I play both Legacy and Modern, and I can definitely say that Legacy is the better format. Not only that, but Legacy is definitely a slower format. 100%.
Some games go faster.
Right. Well, these are interesting matchups that we have here because they're extremely one-sided. They're going to go quickly because they're one-sided, but even these are hitting turn 5, turn 6.
All right, so Crystal has to destroy her Wormcoil engine. She gets the 2 tokens.
Mm-hmm.
1/3/3 lifelink, 1/3/3 death touch, and she gained some life from an attack, I guess, right? Well, I don't know how she's at 34. What I miss? Paul, on the other hand, made a 2020.
Flare, burn is faster in Modern as well because people play shock lands. You don't have to hit them as much. In Modern, it's about a turn faster. A wild Hackbird appears, says Hackbird.
Gotta catch them all. Or, I mean, there's just one of them, so you just have to catch him once.
Just once.
And then you've got him.
Yep. Then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
I don't think Crystal has an answer for this 2020, does she?
She can equip. She can equip and swing. Okay, yeah. Actually, she definitely does have an
exiles, answer. And it gets rid of the drop of honey as well. And it should get rid of the drop of honey as well. Psst. There it goes. There it goes.
It moved so far. Yep. So she can equip the token and hit here. So if this, yep. So that'll just be 3 damage. What do I run in Modern? I usually play Jund.
Well, the Batterskull's attacking too, isn't it? So this is...
Yeah, but wait, there's a Maids of Ith.
Okay.
Maids of Ith number 2. Okay, so he mazed both?
No. One maze was already tapped.
Oh, okay.
Somehow.
Yeah, Rocket Bomb, not going to do too much. Because Crystal's on the post version of this deck, I doubt she's going to have Wastelands. But she needs them now more than ever.
Playing Legacy and Modern is the way to go, Matt. I like what you're thinking there.
Yep.
It's smart. Brian, what vintage deck should you take to Ew? Ask Flair. He knows all about Ooh.
Yeah, seriously.
To Eternal Weekend. Yes is my answer. I don't know.
It's educational, honestly though. Like I have a history with playing Modern, but like I really don't play a lot. In the last year or so, I've moved very, very far away from Modern.
I used to play a lot of Jund back when Jund was a thing in Modern.
Mm-hmm. It's not great.
And it's not nearly as strong as it once was. If
Even
I was going to play anything,
back,
I probably would play Death Shadow in Modern right now.
I don't like Modern at the moment. I really like Legacy.
What's up? Hey, I'll have you know, Jorgensen. There Saturday, this guy had a party.
Yep.
I was there.
I invited him.
I went and partied. I guess.
Yeah, you did.
I successfully. What little character did I play with? What's the floaty dude in Super Smash Brothers?
Floaty dude?
Yeah, the guy that can float up in the air, suck up in people. I haven't played Smash Brothers in so long.
Kirby. You played tons of Kirby.
Kirby! I won a round.
Yeah, you
with
did.
8 people playing with Kirby. It was great. It was old school.
How's it going, Everett Power?
Paul is playing with some. Those are Dragon Shields.
Yeah, it's about time you got new sleeves. Jeez. Yeah, they're the dragon art Dragon Shields.
Yeah, the not matte ones.
Yeah,
because they're having problems with the matte art ones right now. Kirby, yeah, thanks. I played with Kirby because I only know the original characters from Smash Brothers.
I did not lose at Mario Kart. It was sweet. We set up a projector in my backyard, and we played Super Smash and Mario Kart on it. It was a blast.
Sorry, I just couldn't think of Kirby. Matt had me thinking of Pokemon, and I was trying to think of the Pokemon flavored Kirby, and that doesn't make sense. That's why my mind blanked out.
It really doesn't make sense. All right, we're about to get another 2020, and it doesn't look like Crystal's gonna be able to gain any more life. Well, actually, there's a Jitte. No, she's not gonna be able to. 2 Maze of Iths. He's gonna power through that. 2
Maze of Iths and a blocker.
Yep.
So Crystal went with the I'll return Batterskull, replay it to get a 3rd creature out, and it was just a little too slow. Looks like. What is a budget alternative to Leyline of Sanctity? Circle of Protection.
Lose Val movement. I have it on my Wii U. Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash 4.
There isn't really there are cards that do the same thing. There isn't a modern one. Is there? There's an older card from like Mercadian Masks or something that does the same thing, but it costs 5 and it doesn't have that quick into play pre-game action thing that the ley lines have. So
looks like Ian got game 2, because it looks like they're getting ready for another game. We're gonna have so much downtime.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll have to ask people to come.
So yeah, Everett, really the answer is Ivory Mask. Thank you. There is an answer. That's like, is it Mercadian Mask or is it older than that?
Ivory Mask is older. I think it was Ice Age.
No.
Was it?
It's not Ice Age.
Oh no.
It could be Mirage, or though.
I was thinking of Ivory Tower. Ivory Tower was in 4th, or
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're going for Commander, there are alternatives that do the same thing as Leyline. But for Modern, what you need it for, you have to use Leyline.
Yeah, Masks.
Mercadian Masks.
Yeah.
That was right. Look at me.
Ivory Masks.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's another one that does the same thing that gives you Hexproof.
Hi, Riley.
Imperial Masks. Is one that you and your teammates. You're playing ad nauseum, but you don't have. Yeah, you can't. There's no other card that works in ad nauseum that does what ley lines do.
Not quite. Not quickly enough, at least.
Yeah. So if Ian got a game, he kind of stole one. I think Burn is significantly disadvantaged. I guess, like we said, if he was able to sight in like a Pyroblast or something and have it timeout work. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, uh-oh. This is literally what I was afraid of.
Everybody, fingers crossed it's gonna work. You're not crossing your fingers. Oh no.
Hold on, guys. So, as we told you, we had some technical difficulties. Oh my god. Hold on.
USB device not ready.
Let's see if I can quickly
So,
fix it.
last Friday we had, for some reason, our computer was just decided to stop working. And Kyer came in and messed with it and fixed everything and got it working. But he was worried that the cameras would suddenly stop. And it looks like that we've had that problem. Let's try tweaking these.
What?
No, it's actually the recognition, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what settings we tweak. Why midstream would we suddenly stop?
I don't know. It must have gotten bumped out there.
We'll be right back, guys. Let's see if we can't get you back up and going here.
Hey, I got it. Bryce.
How's that?
I got it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just unplugged this one.
All right.
And we fixed it! Look at that! It's a
Kind
camera!
Something gives me a feeling this is going to be a super temporary fix, but we'll see.
So, our other match is already done.
We're back up.
Whew. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Found it. Found it.
We haven't missed much.
No.
Looks like Goblin Guide got to attack last turn. It looks like Austin obviously went first because he won game 1, Ian won game 2. It just adds that much more excitement. See, do you, in Modern, when you're watching Modern, does the camera suddenly freeze on you? No. In Legacy, though,
Let me answer that question.
that can happen sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
Because it's a more exciting, more it's deeper. There's more going on. Yeah, there's a found it. Goodness.
Yeah, right.
All right. Austin's second turn
mess.
here. He's pondering. because the deck is filled with cantrips.
Is the camera playing versus a high tide player? Probably.
So the camera just F6'd and was like, I'm out. I've had enough.
And we're like, no, we need you.
Come back.
Yeah, Friday, something happened. I don't know. Part of me thinks that like OBS updated because look at this is not how it was.
Yeah. And
like the actual stream system updated,
right? And
we had 2 people, so it was gonna be Matt and Ryan who were gonna stream, and yeah, they didn't know what to do, and so they texted me and they're like, "What do I do?" And I'm going, "I'm not there, and I can't be there. Like I don't know." And they couldn't get the stream up and running, so we missed Friday. And today, apparently like starting to fix this early wasn't enough.
Right?
Apparently.
It's going to work from here on out.
Oh.
No problems.
Yeah, 0.
Unless somebody keeps asking questions about Leyline of Sanctity, then it might break again, because that's just a problem. All right. Ian's on the 1 land plan again that didn't work for him game 1. For some reason, I don't think it's going to work for him game 2.
Yeah, I'm getting that sense as well.
Ooh, Ancient Tomb go, says Austin.
So there's no show and tell, no sneak attack. That's as good. That's as good as a thing as Ian could hope for.
Hey, Matt, we're not even going to acknowledge that question. It doesn't exist. I'm going to strike it from the chat because we don't want this camera to freeze.
Well, that, and we really just don't want to be asked rhetorical questions. It's really important.
All right, so this is a total of 7 damage this turn. The bolt plus Swift Spear, Prowess, and Goblin Guide. Austin gets to see a Force of Will off the top, so I assume he'd cantrip here if he has one to cantrip with. Cutting Wish. A pretty much cantrip. Does he play with a show and tell in his sideboard?
Probably if he's playing. Or no. Cutting Wish only gets an instant.
Oh.
So definitely not.
So probably not, actually.
Definitely not.
So it can go get a Intuition, right? That could then next turn guarantee. Oh, okay. Or you just kill the creatures.
That seems real weak. Now, that might only kill 1 creature. And you had to pay 2 life to do that?
Yeah, Intuition wouldn't work either, though, because that would cost you a whole turn.
Burn's going to get this.
He's got a Force of Will, so, like, there's...
That doesn't help.
Several cards that he can stop.
He's at 4.
Yeah, so he takes 2 here for the return, and he just does it right now. And then he can force any 1 spell to buy himself a turn.
And your land doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, he's not going to win. That's pretty much, you're correct. Hey, it's a second land. Right on time. Just when you wanted it. Turn 4.
Here's a Grim Lavamancer. And he goes, well,
you
okay.
have to stop it. Chain Lightning sitting in Ian's hand.
Right. He has to counter this, not the Grim Lava, so...
All right. Austin goes to 1. And he needs to draw a land and a show and tell. And he still doesn't win. He still wouldn't win. I guess if he had Omniscience, he would.
Yeah.
He Ancient Tombs himself to death. So, just as you predicted, the round ended quickly.
Yes. Although, it did end with a victor that I wasn't...
Right.
I wasn't expecting.
Burn got Sneak and Show.
So, the interesting thing about all of the decks that we saw is none of these decks are reactive decks. They're all punch you in the face type decks. Sneak and Show, very combo. Burn's gonna try to kill you on turn 4 or 5. Lands just wins with a combo, but I guess at least it has like punishing fire. I don't know. Any shadow decks doing well? I don't know. This is round 1. We have a shadow deck in the room.
We do. We've got 12 players. One of them's a shadow deck, so chances are you're going to see it.
We don't know one of the decks.
Which one?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out what deck we don't know. Or maybe we won't. You finally got your Underground Sea. That's awesome. Everybody needs an Underground Sea. Yes, lands is the most reactive of the 4 decks. Yeah, and yeah, Eldrazi Stompy is like probably the most aggressive deck in the format.
Smash you in the face as you can get.
Honestly, yeah. It is kind of strange because we had somebody jump in chat and they're like, yeah, I don't like how fast Legacy is. And we're going, yeah, it's not a fast format. And then like all 4 of the decks that we're looking at are like actually like quite aggressive towards killing the opponent. That's not usually how it works.
No. Normally
because
go to time.
Other decks we've got in the room, we've got Maverick, we've got Painter, we've got Jeskai Stoneblade, Turbo Depths, and Shadow, and then Grixis. I think it's Grixis Smasher, not Grixis Control.
When you say Dragon Stompy or Dragon Storm? I played against Dragon Storm the other week for the first time ever.
How did you feel about that?
I was able to win, but it was interesting because I wasn't sure exactly what he was going to do.
Is Grixis still the best deck at the moment? Would you call it the best? It probably has the most versatility. It's really good. It's top tier.
Yeah.
I don't know about the best.
If you want a yes/no answer, then I guess it's yes.
Yeah, probably.
But it's not. It's a lot closer than. If you watch like Star City and the Circuit, then there's a lot of Grixis Control because that's in their metagame. It's a heavy deck. Right. It's a heavily played deck. Mm-hmm. I think the deck is heavily played because a lot of people like to play that style of deck, and it's probably the best version of that type of deck, right?
Yeah, I'd agree.
Like a Rug Delver or a Grixis Delver deck isn't quite as strong as it right now. Mm-hmm. And so you kind of get down into it being the best version of that type of mid-range control deck. Yeah, that's an answer, I guess.
Do we want to see if do you want to find somebody else to play?
Sure.
While we're sitting
We've got
around.
20 minutes, 15.
Yeah. Easily time for a game 3 if somebody's a little later. I'm sure we can get Stockton on here with Shadow, or maybe Steven with Jeskai Stoneblade, or Larry with Maverick, something like that, for at least a game 3. We're gonna find out. Well, how's everybody doing tonight?
I found a match.
Yeah? Who are we gonna watch?
We're gonna watch Painter versus his opponent.
Oh.
Painter versus Jeskai Stoneblade. They just finished game 1. So to whoever said that Legacy's a fast format, they're on game 2. So we're gonna give them a little extra time. And
am I doing pre-release, Cookie Chris? Yes.
So the store here is doing not just the midnight pre-release might have like 80 people.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna 4-0 it.
They sell out the pre-release at midnight here, and for this pre-release and specifically, they get more than they've ever gotten before. More stuff. Yeah, I can't do the midnight stuff either. It's fun because the atmosphere and the people are excited and it's cool, but man, then you wake up in the morning and go, why did I do that? I've got to take a nap all day now, because if you can. And it doesn't feel good when you do a pre-release at midnight and you like take somebody's spot and you're intending to drop after like a round. That doesn't feel good.
It sucks. For sure. I'm already pre-registered. I'm excited
for the midnight.
Yeah, I really don't like the 2HG tournaments though. So like, I'll always do all of the ones I can that aren't 2HG, and then I always get people coming up to me, Kyrie, be my partner, and I'm like, no, don't make me do this.
So all those times that I've asked you just to play one game of Magic with me, and you're always like, no.
Yeah, that's about how I feel.
I don't think I've ever. Okay. I like it. Yeah. These players will get a little bit more time, Paul, for sure. Let me double check see what time it's at.
While you're out there, talk to Ryan up front and let him know they get a time extension. All right, Jeskai Stoneblade versus Painter. So the Painter combo, definitely one we've seen in the past. Not something we're seeing a whole lot of right now, but looks like Lennon's still sporting it.
So everybody else has about 15 minutes to get there. Okay.
We good? Look at that. He starts off with a welder. Ooh, I love that card.
Ooh, look at this. That is a what is that card? What is that thing in front of Lennon? It looks like a dual land. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I've never seen that card.
You've told me about this before. It's the elusive 10th dual land that nobody's ever heard of.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, even I forget sometimes that there's.
Everybody knows there's 9
land.
dual lands that are played in Legacy, right? Mm-hmm. And I think if you look at it, if you squint your eyes, what do you think that's called?
I'm not sure.
Taps for red and another color.
Huh.
I don't know what combination of colors that might be.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Flurry, yeah, oh yeah, the mono blue painter deck. I actually messed with that a little bit. It was cool. It was really inconsistent, unfortunately, but hey, you can top 8 or top 16 with it. That's
I actually like the mono
must
blue
have done something I wasn't doing
better than this because I like the
War of Invention
way of thinking that
card is good.
Blue gives the painter deck.
Mm-hmm. There's also Tezzeret Painter. Just saying.
Yeah, Looter Scooter. All right, on Steven's side, he's got a Tundra, a Caracas. He played out a Stoneforge Mystic, so then he just went and searched for his Jitte that's going to go into his hand. And these guys are on game 2. Do we know who went first? Did Lennon go first?
Yeah, I think Lennon started things off with a Goblin.
So we can give Steven game 1 then?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is a pretty decent. Oh, okay, I was going to say here attacking with your welder. No, he's crewing with his welder. And then he gets to draw and discard. This is a pretty good start. It looks like Lennon has a painter in hand and a grindstone in hand. So he can play one out, have it get countered, and then welder it right back.
Yes.
And that's...
Yeah, welder's looking mighty fine right now. That's funny. I see a Pyroblast in Steven's hand. He's like, oh man, he's gonna play painter and he's gonna name blue, and this card is gonna be real good. But guess what comes down first? The grindstone.
Yeah, grindstone's first. Well, Steven's tapped out anyway. So if you are a red-white painter player and you're playing against blue anything that has some red, right? Yeah. Because a lot of these blue decks side in have like your Grixis, and so you have Pyroblast or Red Elemental Blasts. Do you name a different color?
You definitely can. The chance of him keeping his Red Elemental Blasts and Pyroblast probably pretty high.
Because the painter player has his own.
Yeah,
and they're main deck.
Not only that, but it makes the opponent's force rules better too. You can even pitch lands to force when they name blue.
Ooh.
Which is kind of hot.
I don't think I've done that. I need to do that now.
Yeah.
Can I go play against Painter real quick so that I can say I've done that?
Yep.
That feels like an achievement that you can unlock, and I haven't unlocked it. You think black is the traditional alt color name? Well, that's a very
We're gonna find out because
Colorist thing for you to say.
Yeah, it really is. Jeez, Hackbert. Or maybe we won't find out. Steven actually doesn't have a land that can tap for red mana. And he's got a decent amount of red. He might. I think Lennon might actually just win this next turn.
Yeah, he's got an engineered explosives, but that's not going to be enough, right?
No, he needs to pay. He would need at least one more land.
Saves you from all those terror effects. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Those non-black creature removal.
Yeah, there are so many of those in Legacy right now. Said no one ever.
Well, maybe Caleb D just has a second favorite color, all right?
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe it's closest on the MTGO selector. But here in Paper Magic, we select probably black. I don't know.
Probably. It's the color that probably least matters. You could also name white. Like, there's not a lot of things that say, like, kill something white.
Hey, terror is about as commonly played in Legacy as this plateau thing. It looks like Lennon drew another grindstone, and he has the land to do it all. So he can do it however he wants here. So that's a crew. Swinging in, doing a little combat first. He's got to discard.
Yeah, probably gonna be that looter scooter.
There it is.
Yep, I don't know. I mean, you can definitely just pay one, see if you're okay. He's gonna return.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get rid of the looter scooter for the grindstone.
Yep. This is the uncounterable. You can't do anything about this version. The one spell that would work is the red elemental blast or the hydroblast, right? Because he could have done that in response. It's too late now.
Definitely.
And so once it's done, okay. It looked like Lennon passed the turn, but So these guys, we got to see a game 3. How many whats? I see. I don't. What is?
Huh?
How many elusive 10th dual lands does he run? Probably 3 is enough.
I own one plateau, and I think that's enough.
What you need an unlimited one.
Why?
Because it has the original art. The
Oh,
revised plateaus are like a
they're
fake
weird.
mockery of the elusive 10th dual land. You played Legacy for the very first time at the SCG Baltimore Open.
That's awesome.
Right on.
Went 4 and 5. That's not bad for the first time.
Did
playing
you have
Legacy.
fun? Did you have fun playing Legacy for the first time with Merfolk? Merfolk's a pretty strong deck. Didn't it
can
top
win.
8? I think it top 8'd at the SCG.
There are times where I watch that deck play, and I'm just like, man, that deck's awful. And then there are other times I watch it and it just can't lose. I always play decks with Punishing Fire, so so I don't usually have a big problem with them. But
the problem with playing Legacy for the first time is certain decks. Yeah, certain decks you need to know what they're doing and how they're doing it, what cards are important to them in order to stand a chance. And if you just sit down and go, "Hey, my opponent's going to do stuff and I'm going to do stuff," usually that doesn't work out too well. But if you watch a lot of Legacy and know what those how they function, then you can just sit down and play.
yeah. Brian jumps in and out of chat quite often, Gordon. You might see that. Maybe not.
All right, Steven gets to start off. He sees a Tundra, and he gets a dual land, so he'll be able to use his Hydroblast this time, or his Pyroblast. Maybe, unless Lennon does it all this turn.
Oh, there's a source of
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, this is Blood Moon.
This is
There is no
interesting.
counter spell. Well, now I can cast his Pyroblast.
Yeah. That Pyroblast is the only thing he'll be able to play.
Response, we've got a Brainstorm.
Pyroblasts come in because Painter names everything and makes them all blue, so your Pyroblasts get to destroy everything.
He hasn't seen that Steven has the Pyroblast yet. Last game he never showed.
So we were just talking about that. If you're the Painter player and you've seen Pyroblast, then maybe you name a different color. But The red-white painter decks play their own Pyroblasts.
The fact that Lennon has a Pyroblast in his hand definitely makes me think he'll be naming blue.
Yeah.
However, Blood Moon's going to be really good against Steven.
That's the reason. You can name any other color, but you have main deck Pyroblasts or Red Elemental Blasts as a way of being interactive in a red-white deck. And
mountain number 2.
Yeah. 2 mountains that look like City of Traders.
And there's a Gabo. All right. What does Steven find? He finds a second Tundra, which is really just a mountain.
Yep.
And we've got a real mountain. We're gonna see a mountain. Nope.
So Steven had the option to play out his fetch land turn 1, and didn't. He played a duel instead.
Got really busted for that.
Yeah, as long as he's playing any basics as all. When you're playing against one of these type of decks that are playing Soul Lands and Blood Moons, usually you probably want to play out that fetch land first to protect. Signature Spellbook Blood Moon Edition.
Yeah, Bob Nazian, looks like you just lost to decks that are about a turn faster than you. All those decks are about a turn faster than you.
Yeah, and you don't really... There's not really a lack of knowledge. I guess elves, you kind of want to know what's important in elves, but not really if you're Merfolk. You just...
Merfolk still plays Days in Force, right?
Yeah.
They play both?
Yeah.
I think so. Although if you can get a Chalice of the Void down on elves, or Infect for that matter, you can probably win. And burn. Looks like they had answers to that.
So it looks like Lennon has a painter in hand. He could play one out. This is kind of interesting. Okay, so if he names blue here, then Steven has an answer for this Blood Moon.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious.
If he names any other color, but he's got his own red elemental blast, so he can actually counter the Pyroblast with a red elemental blast.
Because it's blue.
Because it'll be blue.
Yep. That's pretty funny. Doesn't Steven have 2 as well though, or does he not?
I think I see C1. I could be wrong.
Do you go after the painter, or do you go after? You have to go after the Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna Pyroblast your Blood Moon. Totally normal stuff going on right now.
Pyroblasting Blood Moon. So Lennon obviously did name blue.
Red Elemental Blast is gonna counter that.
Oh, there's the second Pyroblast.
Got it.
Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast, Pyroblast, Pyroblast, all over a Blood Moon. That's great.
Not something you see every day.
Yeah.
Fight fire with fire. That's right, Hackford.
So that probably exhausts Steven's numbers of Pyroblast in his deck, whereas Lennon probably has a few more.
Yeah.
I don't know how Steven comes back now.
All the fire. Can't stop the fire.
This Jeskai Stoneblade deck is almost entirely white-blue. Steven needs to draw a basic land to have a chance here, I think.
Yes.
And Lennon's just attacking for 2. Take 2.
Yeah, the clock's not large, but if Lennon top decks a grindstone at any point.
Yeah. What?
He needs some hand sanitizer.
That play was so dirty he had to clean up.
Good call. Oh man. Yep. Just keep crashing in with your 1/3 and your 1/1.
Yep.
It's not often you see Goblin Welder just sit there and attack.
Smash face, yeah. Who said Legacy was fast? 2 damage a turn here.
You know, it's actually kind of funny too, because if he really wanted to, like let's say Steven used Pyroblast to target Blood Moon.
Yeah.
If Lennon didn't attack with the Goblin, he could actually sack the painter and get the Lotus Petal.
Yeah.
and it would make it so the whole Blood Moon doesn't die. But it looks like something's finally on board.
This is
So-
something, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something. Not only that, but I guess Lennon can do the little Goblin Welder trick with Painter. Yeah, I'm still gonna give Lennon a hardcore edge here.
Yeah, so the trick being that he can block
Yeah,
indefinitely.
he can block and then welder.
Yeah.
And then the next turn he can just go get. So like every other turn he can.
Let's see if Lennon sees that here.
He doesn't have to do it. He can take this hit, so it doesn't really matter what he does. But where you could just get it back at any point, and he has a bunch of mana, I would have blocked here.
Well, it doesn't really matter in that Lennon's not trying to win through damage.
No, but he does have a clock, and he does need to find his combo piece to win.
It's a play. So what he would have done there is he would have blocked with the Painter, and then sacked the Painter after blocks were declared for the pedal, and then Steven would have gained any life.
Yeah. A Goblin Welder lets you switch the spots of an in-play artifact with the artifact in the graveyard. So that's what he would do. And then the next turn he'd be able to do the same thing and put the Painter back into play.
Yeah. And here with 2 Painters, he could do it even more.
Yes. In fact, you can just block and let one of them die this next turn, and just every single turn do it.
And he'd be able to do that indefinitely until he draws a grindstone or 2.
Yeah, or Steven finds a basic.
Yeah.
Because if Steven were able to find a basic, then he would be able to swords in response to a Goblin Welder trigger, which could do a lot.
Looks like Lennon's sitting on some Enlightened Tutors, but can't play them, obviously.
Yeah. I don't even know if Lennon has any basic planes in his deck.
Probably not.
I doubt it. Well, Steven does have a Force of Will, so he can do something.
All right. Lennon's just going to take 4 more.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's doing this. This just looks like a ton of unnecessary damage that he's taking.
Yeah, and if you have a pedal in play, then you could cast the...
Right. Yes, you're absolutely right. He can do that.
Nate, welcome in. With a up
Okay.
side.
Oh, yeah, that's what he's gonna do. So he's gonna crack this for white and cast Enlightened Tutor. I wonder if Steven wants to force this.
It's either this or whatever he plays off the tutor.
It's gonna be
but
Grindstone.
the problem with countering the Grindstone is that it goes to the graveyard and Welder can bring it
Yeah,
back.
and that's why I would have countered this,
Yeah.
not the Grindstone. Yeah, this might be a big misstep by Steven.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't play out the Painter.
Just gonna play him all the same turn. Alright, there's the Grindstone.
Step 1.
And then we're gonna see step 2 here, and this is okay. Yep, Grindstone gone. Pretty sure that our friend Lennon here is okay with that. Yep, here's a new Painter. Oh, or Goblin Welder.
More Welders.
That's fine.
Ah.
I don't know what Lennon's worried about here. Like, you just gotta jam this. What other option do you really have?
Yep. I guess he might be worried about Lightning Bolt. But you could just, at this point now, you could just respond to the bolt by sacking your Painter for the other Painter.
You have
and
no fear playing this. Like,
yeah.
In fact, it's just terrible if you don't. So
yeah, it is just bad for you.
it's just like really terrible.
All right. He's going for that line.
Yeah, I'm super confused.
Here's an attack for 4 with a block this time.
We're gonna block with a Welder.
Okay.
So this gives Steven the out of finding if he found a plains, he could just win. It's a pyroclasm. That's
not gonna do what you want.
not gonna do anything. Come on, Lennon. You gotta jam. You gotta jam here.
Yeah, you want to have this painter in play. You can do way more stuff with it in play than you can without it in play.
Yep.
If there wasn't a welder on the table, maybe there'd be some argument for keeping it in hand. But I guess he might be waiting. He might be thinking that Steven's holding onto like a force of will again, right? And so he wants to have his own red elemental blast in order to counter it. I'm just trying to think through why you might choose to hold off here.
No, you're absolutely right, Hackbert. So what he can do is if he were to get the painter in play here, okay, he can swap the painter for the grindstone, all right, and the next turn he can activate the grindstone, and with the activation on the stack, you activate your welder and switch, and then the painter comes in, names blue, and then the activation happens off the grindstone, and you win. So this is a recruiter. Yeah, no point in. I mean, now this is gonna get forced because you waited so long. Yeah, he could have. You're right, Nate. You should still win. Yeah.
So it sounds like these guys just went to time, even with their addition. Their game one took a long time. Yeah, and Lennon hasn't played Painter that long. He might not know some of these kind of tricks that you can do with the deck.
Now there's a wear tear.
All right, Painter chump blocks. And Welder is going to swap places with Painter. Untaps. So now they're on turn 2.
Well, he can win right now.
All right. So this Painter gets Force of Willed. Is Lennon aware that he can do this little trick where he could activate Grindstone right now?
The way that he's playing, I don't think he knows.
He might not.
Nope, he passed the turn.
Hey, it's a red card. Steven got to play. All right, so Lennon takes one more hit from this Batter Skull, and
come on, Lennon.
The sacrifice part of Welder is okay.
He's gonna activate.
He's grindstoning now. Yeah, and he doesn't welder them, so it's just a normal millstone activation there.
Not aware.
All right, turn 4. It might be a little bit harder to win this way.
Yeah, I hope somebody lets him know.
He's got grindstone number 2.
Okay, well that's.
But wear tear is going to stop all this from happening, right?
Definitely.
Yep.
He cast Pyroclasm?
Yeah, he's had Pyroclasm this whole time.
Yeah, but he casted it.
He just killed the...
What kills his own welder?
It's a 1/3, isn't it?
No, not welder. Welder's a 1/1.
Ooh.
Painter's a 1/3.
Yeah, the welder dies. I don't think it matters because
no, that's turn 5.
Turn 5 here.
Yeah. Yeah, you should probably let him know.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
you get a draw? Yeah. All right. Lenny, can I talk to you?
All right, we're gonna see Bryce tell our good friend Lennon. I could kind of hear him. He's like, oh. It's kind of an interesting deck to be jumping on right now, as it's definitely fallen out of favor since Ace Top. Learning is happening. Yes, learning is absolutely happening. Oh, he goes, good to know. Yeah. What makes me wonder how many times he's lost not knowing that, because that's probably something that comes up a lot. I can't think of why that wouldn't be something that was, like really, really important. Does Goblin Welder die? Yeah, Goblin Welder was supposed to die from the Pyroclasm. If that's what you're referring to. Alright, let's update this round. I guess they just went 1-1-1, huh? Ha. We can come back and hang out over here for a minute. And I'll get everything updated. How does 1 + 1 + 1 = 7? Yeah, I still ask myself that all the time. Hey Bryce, how does 1 + 1 + 1 = 7?
First, you have to hate control, and then how does it? I want to know the answer.
I'm pretty sure 1 + 1 + 1 = 3.
Tell me the answer, chat.
Unless we acknowledge a stupid deck and a stupid format.
First, you have a number 2, and then you have one number 2. And then you have one number 3. And if you add up those one individual numbers, you get 7.
I don't think that's what I was saying, but I mean,
Maybe
what you said makes sense.
You have 1 1, 1 4, and 1 2. This is too hard. All right, so those guys were our last match. We should have we should have some new players sitting down. Did we freeze again?
No. Yeah, we did. Well, one of them
did.
Hold on, let me see if I can get it back up.
Oh, saved. We used to have to do this a lot more. I wonder why OBS is great. All right.
I bet you it's an update.
Yeah.
I bet it's just a bad update, too.
We've got James playing some Eldrazi Post against lands. So it's Eldrazi versus lands again. We've got Larry.
Oh, we have 2. Okay.
Larry is playing Maverick. Maverick versus Burn. Or Eldrazi versus lands. Those are our matchups, guys.
It's got to be Maverick versus Burn, then. That seems like a bad matchup, too. These are awful.
It'll be fun. We're gonna watch. We got Ian playing Burn on the right. We've got Larry playing some Maverick. Lands is the Tim says lands. We'll see some lands. Don't worry. They each have lands in their deck. It's fine.
These matches are gonna go fast again, so yeah. I would assume we're gonna see both of these, or at least a decent amount of it. Just don't turn your head for the next like 10 minutes or so.
1 1 1 is binary. In binary is 7. Okay.
What's Jorgensen even saying?
I don't know. He's just typing things.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
How many bits does it take to be the bit leader in our chat?
1.
1?
1 bit.
Everything broke.
He's telling us not to worry about it.
We have a physicist? I don't believe it.
But here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, Jorgensen. 1, 1, 1 might be 7, but 1 plus 1 plus 1 is definitely not 7.
1, 1, 1 equals 3.
Yep.
That's what the bit thing says.
Yeah, that's what the bit thing says.
How many bit? Oh, you can't do 3 bits. How many bits do you need to make it into the cup thing? It's gotta be like this many.
It doesn't do it for 3 bits.
No.
Or maybe it just needs. Maybe I need to clear the cache on it.
No, you need to do more for some reason.
Are you sure?
We'll do a trial by error. See, 7 works.
Okay.
7 bits. How many are going in? 1.
2. No.
Nope, just 1. See, 7 equals 1, guys. We just proved it with Plinko. Your math is all wrong. 7 equals 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a joke. Sorry. I should have laughed more. Alright, let's see what's going on here. We've got a Mother of Runes on turn 1. Now, here's the question. Is Ian just going to kill this? Or is he going to ignore it? I think he kills it.
Yep. It's going to bolt it.
It's a dead mom.
Right to its face.
Yep.
We need to turn off our auto focusing that's happening on all of our cameras. You can't do it. You have to unplug everything and
Oh, do you?
yeah, it's just one more thing that we get to reset. So sorry that it's auto focusing like that, guys. It took 10 bits and I am now the bit leader. Nobody's got a little medal next to their name in chat, but I do. That's right. Hey, it's an Eidolon. It's not an Eidoloff.
It's not Eidolon.
Yep. That's a joke, Jorgensen and Hatberg. You don't even need it to be explained. It's not in the form of a question. You just say it, and it's funny. Every time.
He wouldn't know. Jorgensen wouldn't know.
All right. Larry's going to take some damage.
Interesting. Okay. That's an interesting creature to play with an Eidolon on the board.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to be Eidoloff.
It does kill an enchantment creature, doesn't it? Jorgensen missed the cup, though.
Yeah.
His 11 bits. Nope. You're throwing them pennies around like they're yours to give or something. I don't know. This is kind of a weird play. It just gives it protection from red. And then goes to damage?
He's fetching.
So Larry's going to go ahead and just kill the Eidolon here. And so he's going to block and sack.
Yeah.
Take the least amount of damage. And Ian could respond with a Price of Progress, but there's no reason to do it right now.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I think I like letting the Swiftspear die first too. Taking the 2 damage from the Eidolon here would be worth it to get rid of the Swiftspear, right? Okay. So Ian's going to go ahead and play a Price of Progress now. I think we're still in combat.
That gives the prowess to the
Yeah,
Swiss
but
bear.
he's sacking the dude before damage anyway, so he doesn't need prowess. It's not. If anything, he's just
that's
taking
true.
damage from the Eidolon.
Yeah, you're right. That is silly.
Okay. So Larry took some damage there. He took 4 because he's got 2 non-basics. Yeah, it's one of those, huh? Why did we do it that way? Okay.
All right, so this Knight of the Reliquary is a 4/4. It's a big guy. I know. Let's go,
Lasco the
Mavericks.
King, he's doing a cheer. He just said, "Let's go, Maverick."
Let's go.
No, he just said
Oh,
the
sorry.
3 words. He didn't follow it up with the rest of the cheer.
Yeah,
He was saving that for
I
later.
apologize.
I like that. Come into chat, cheer for your favorite deck of the 2 that are playing.
It's kind of like on football Sundays, you know, when you actually cheer for your team, except you don't have a team. There's just a deck that you like.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. You put on the jersey of your favorite deck. That's what I do when I tune into Tuesday Night Magic. I'm right now wearing. It's a jersey, guys.
Clap, 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 clap.
All right, here's some more spells being cast, probably in the wrong order. I think Ian's going for the win right here, right? He's dealing 4 damage. Oh, he's got him down to 5 and a fire. Okay, yeah,
Boom.
yeah, that was enough.
Yeah,
Because
you got fire
did
blasted.
Larry choose not to block? Is that what happened?
I don't think you can afford to do that. Why? Your creature's huge. Why not just block?
Okay, yeah. So Larry's going to go to 1
Okay.
because of all of that. So any spell Ian draws wins the game.
Yeah.
He's got a Swords to Plowshares, though, so he can hit his own knight for a decent chunk here. And he could have. I think it probably makes sense to attack there, but he could have left his knight
Yeah,
to
this
grow,
is an
to
attack
gain
for
even
5.
more life. A Goblin Guide. Okay. There's a trigger here that has to happen before blockers. But we'll just go straight to, okay, there's the trigger.
All right. Swords number 2. That's interesting. Probably giving the mom.
Maverick is close to your deck of choice. So what Lasco the King is saying is he's got a bunch of decks sitting on his table.
Mhm.
And one of them is his deck of choice. Next to that is sitting Maverick. It's close to his deck of choice.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I put my decks all close together, so whichever deck is my deck of choice, my other decks are close to it too. I don't usually separate them by much. Oh, yeah. He plays Death and Taxes, which has like 4 cards that are similar.
Oh my goodness. You know what just happened? Because this is a creature, Larry can actually swords 2 of the creatures and kill, can't he?
Yeah,
Yes, he can.
yeah. He gets the win because it wasn't a spell. He would have had to swords his knight to avoid.
Well, it was a
Damage.
spell, but it wasn't a spell that.
It wasn't an
Yeah,
instant,
non-creature spell.
an instant thing. Ooh, barely
Wow.
juxtaposed. If you barely juxtapose something, I think they overlap a little bit. Somewhat nearby. All right, let's see what's happening between lands and Eldrazi. Ooh, Eldrazi has a Karn in play. And now I can't see anything. A Karn. Don't worry, guys. Eventually I'll be able to see something here. Oh! There's a... What is happening? There's a germ
A germ with counters on it?
with no batter skull? Or is there maybe there's a batter skull underneath it? Okay, there's a chalice on 1, and there's a really shiny card, which is probably also a chalice. It's probably on 2.
That's the way it looks, yeah.
The card on the bottom of the screen that's really glare.
What is up with the germs? The German's a Karn token.
Okay, so they're constructs.
Yeah, they're constructs.
They're
So is the worm.
equal to the number of artifacts in play, which is currently 5.
We have those tokens for them provided at the table, but he's just gonna use his own.
Yeah. That makes way more sense. So it looks like Paul can make a 20/20 here. He's going to port down an Eldrazi Temple. He's going to make
Get another duder.
another dude. Everything grows.
They're all 6/6s. That's not enough for the kill.
No, not quite.
He needs one more artifact.
I'm going to attack. No, I'm not. Hold on. Okay, now I'm going to attack. I'm going to do it. All right, Paul makes a 20/20. If James has an all is dust.
Paul goes to 1.
He needed to play an artifact there. So James Paul gets that game with a 20/20. So everyone knows that 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, and they also know that 6 + 3 does not equal 10. Does the physicist agree?
Are you talking to me?
I don't know. There's somebody that's a physicist in our chat apparently.
Excuse me, physicist in chat.
Yeah.
Could you please let us know?
I'm not sure why we're asking a physicist about
it has to be.
basic algebra instead of like.
Well, they would know.
If F = ma or not, but
Would they not know?
it's important. Good job, chat. 6 + 3 =
Not equal to 10.
/ = 10.
It's the not equal to. Come on.
F does equal ma.
Told you.
Verified. Verified by chat. Twitch verified. Can you be Twitch verified?
How do we like it? I've actually played decks like it. It's really cool. I don't think it's great, but
I haven't seen the exact list. I don't think I've looked at it. We can pull it up in a little bit. We can look at that top 8. I like Mono Blue Painter quite a bit, but I'm not sure what that exact list had.
I feel like we asked for physicists and we're just getting a bunch of guys who wish they were physicists.
How do you square the speed of light? Like, how do you take the speed of light and make it into a square? That doesn't make sense.
They're not a physicist. You can't trust them.
You can't take something and put it into a shape that doesn't like. You can't trust them. You can't trust those physicists and their physiology. Wait, those are different. You need a physics box. Oh. Okay. So you take the light, you make it go into 4 right turns. No, not turns. Like right angle turns, 90-degree turns. And then you have energy.
Oh.
That's how you make energy. That's what power plants do. They just take light and put it in a box.
You're right about dead people, not physics. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's a sulfur elemental?
That's cute.
What is he even like? I guess that's just his D&T like kill you card.
Yeah. Homer Simpson could do it. Oh. Well, it's beyond my level of thinking right there.
Most things are.
Well, just Homer Simpson depth level of thinking there.
Thanks for clarifying.
It's too deep. Ooh, Last Glow hates sulfur elemental. We have found a target of hate in our chat,
like a D&T player.
guys. Yeah, this is a problem we need to deal with right here, right now.
Yes.
We need to eradicate hate from Magic because hate doesn't have a wait. No, it absolutely has a place, and I love it.
So Gaddock Teague coming down for Larry. Ian does not respond, so probably no Fire Blast hanging out in his hand. I feel like he would fire them off if he sees that come down. But I don't know.
I like Sulfur Elemental in that. What does sulfur have to do with anti-white stuff? Like, it makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Scorpion Frogs. The deck just plays with one Teague. He probably keeps it because he's a Green Sun deck, but it does turn off Fire Blast for Ian. Not necessarily crucial, but yeah.
Price of Progress. Chain Lightning.
Game.
Burn wins game 2. You get to see a game 3. Let's see if Eldrazi and lands are no longer playing. Oh, it looks like they're shuffled up and presenting here.
Yep.
You could play Conversion. That's an option. All mountains are plains. So this is really just shows the equality in Magic, right? You've got Blood Moon, which says all non-basics are mountains. Or to flip those mountains into something else, it only costs 4 plus an upkeep of 2.
Plus an upkeep of double white.
And then you can't play anything that's red.
I mean, let's be real though. If you ever cast Conversion against a burn, you're gonna win. Unless you.
It sounds like something a scientist would want to do. I mean, we're converting energy into squares into light. We might as well convert mountains into plains. Or you could just play Naked Singularity. That has another cumulative upkeep that's a little bit more. And it makes it so you can't play your stuff.
Flash Fires is real deal.
Yeah. Flash Fires is fun, I guess. Play with the portal Flash Fires. It's got cool art.
Looks like James is on a mulligan. And he'll be on the play since Paul.
Looks like he brought in Trinisphere. I'm not sure that that's correct. Do you care?
No.
If you're the lands player about Trinisphere?
I don't.
I mean, if you could play it turn 1, sure. But
alright. Bye-bye Riftstone Portal.
Riftstone Portal making the Dark Depths tappable for mana.
Yeah, it also makes it so stuff like doesn't that effect go on top of like Blood Moon too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can still tap for green, even under a Blood Moon. Pretty interesting.
Ooh, they should make a Tabernacle that was a creature and affected lands.
Whoa.
So you could have a Tabernacle and play on one side and a creature of the Tabernacle. Isn't there one? Is there not a Magus of the Tabernacle?
I think there is a Magus.
Magus of the... It's a green. Oh, but it's just a Tabernacle. So he wants one that affects land somehow.
So your opponent has to tap creatures to keep their lands? Is that what we're talking about?
That'd be great. Right. Take this, lands player. Tap your 20/20 to save one of your lands.
So now all of Paul's lands can tap for black, white, and green.
That's sweet. James runs out of Chalice on 0. Okay.
I feel like he should have done that turn 1 if he's going to do it at any turn.
That guy does not get tired.
No.
Or he's a dude that doesn't have any tires. Right? Like, I'm not sure which it is. He could be a tracker and he just doesn't have a car. Somebody buy that guy a car. Maybe even just like a motorcycle. He'd get around a lot faster.
Crimson Viper, come on.
This is the format that is everything you've ever wanted.
Whoa.
It's everything you ever needed.
Whoa.
Format.
Whoa. Wow.
Which is a reference to a song. Okay. An Azuzu tracker. Ooh. A tireless tracker could have a tracker and then he would no longer be tireless. He'd be a 4 tired tracker. I'm not sure which one. I think I just had like 6 bad jokes in a row, so you'll have to tell me which one it was. Ooh, that's all right. You don't need the rubber. You just need the Oh, no, the tires are the rubber. You don't need the wheels. I'm confused.
Well, looks like we got this wasteland train just about going. So this is one thing that lands will always have on these land oriented decks. Yeah, James is never going to be able to cast anything, especially if Life from the Loam gets cast. The game ends on the spot. But it looks like James is just going to pack it up, and Lance is going to take that one. So let's jump over here, and we see Reminap Excavator die to a Chain Lightning, and there's a Thalia pushing Ian off of all of his sweet spells.
I like it. I'm glad I should run for office. Instead of running for office, I'll just be here on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better.
I think that's better for everyone.
Yeah. Claymore 1, we have 12 players.
12 players. Smaller night tonight.
Yep. But a nice variety of some fun decks that we're going to see instead of...
There's not a Miracles deck in the room right now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
The usual.
And in fact, I don't think there's a Grixis control deck either. There's a Grixis Smasher deck.
Yeah.
A Vile Smasher deck. But...
So Larry got a Thalia down fairly early, it looks like. It kind of hindered him a little bit in that Jitte couldn't equip last turn, but now it gets to, and that should do some work for Ian. Oh, no, Ian might have an answer here in this. Did he just put down the Lavamancer? He probably did, huh?
Yeah. Yep, it's gonna die.
And he's tapped out anyway. So he doesn't really have. Yeah, this is what he's got. This doesn't work. This doesn't really do what you want. Since Thalia has first strike, he'd be able.
Yeah,
to
I think Larry even told him.
Kill
He's like,
them
yeah,
all.
you don't want to do that. If he does that, we get the first strike, the Eidolon, get the counters, kill the. Yeah. It's just bad.
It's all right. Just hang out every Tuesday night, and I didn't. I can make my own ab video apparently. Abs in 3 weeks by Tuesday Night Legacy with Bryce. All right, so he doesn't block, and then the Jitte kills the Eidolon. It is now idle off.
Yep.
Yeah.
The question is does that mean that he's just going to give this up to the Lavamancer or any other spell?
I had to leave early one time because he was laughing so hard.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm not sure that I can take credit for that one, but we have had some good times in chat.
Yeah, one or two good times.
Oh yeah, the CH stream.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I like those streams that just organically something that is absolutely nothing comes in and makes it a thing that you're gonna remember forever. That's fun. All right, so Thalia died.
Yes.
A very painful chain lightning death.
Yeah, the window's open to...
Or a Grim Lavamancer death. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which one.
I mean,
It died.
Ian can probably win next turn now that the Thalia's gone. Abrupt Decay is not going to do a whole lot for Larry. And it looks like the other card in his hand is a sword. Not too effective.
Yep. Lavamancer. Kills things. Like a jerk. So instead of like throwing some sulfur at some white creatures, you actually pour lava on them. Makes a lot more sense why they die. I'm not sure why a elemental of sulfur does any damage at all. Makes some people cough a little bit, or I don't know. Ian goes ahead and blows up his relic.
Yeah, he didn't even care.
And,
He just wants another card.
Yeah. And finds some damage, and there's a bunch of it. Prowess goes up a lot, and he swings for a lethal, I think. We'll have to ask the physicist if that math adds up.
Yeah, excuse me, physicist.
I don't know. Who is the physicist?
Yeah, nobody responded.
Is Matt supposed to be a physicist? Oh,
No.
There's an abrupt decay.
No. I don't think so.
I mean, he does have a medical license, so maybe he's a doctor of physics
I mean,
this whole time.
I've always been told to listen to doctors.
Crimson Viper didn't even notice that Burn is being played. All right, so abrupt decay kills the prowess dude, and then Larry says, "I have a bunch of equipment and nothing else."
Yep.
So you got me. Burn.
Burn is 2-0 and has
2-0.
and has beaten probably one of its worst matchups.
Are we going to see Burn versus Lands? That could be interesting.
This next round? Yeah, probably.
All right, so we've got a significant number of minutes, and our other match is over, right?
Yeah,
I'll go see if somebody wants to jump over onto camera.
that would be good.
Because, well, 20 minutes is a lot.
We keep getting these fast matchups on our screen. Whoa, sorry, I'm switching stuff, and I shouldn't be. Maybe we'll get Painter back on, or I'm actually kind of hoping we can get like Shadow or Turbo Depths on. That'd be sweet. Paul called his deck Affinity for Lands. This is what happens when you give people creativity. Shadow is a fun deck. I actually like watching it too. It's always interesting. They always like risk everything to win. Sometimes they get there and sometimes they get massively punished. Alright, looks like Bryce has people sitting down. Hopefully. That's not creativity? You played Shadow for the first time and you enjoyed punching yourself in the face. Not something I hear every day. Although I do know some people who are quite self-abusive. Alright. Yeah. Okay, looks like we've got some people. This looks like Tim on our left. He's on Grixis Vile Smasher.
I don't even like cycle it for it. Like, what do you do? Yep. Alright, we've got Crystal versus Tim in game 3. These guys, it's just kind of go out there and find the match that is in between matches, and so it's just whichever match I can grab and who's willing to move. Right. But these guys have 20 minutes left for one game, and I don't think it's going to take them 20 minutes.
No, definitely not.
So they're 1-1.
Although this is a more interesting game than.
Oh, he's playing Grixis Vile Smasher? Is that what he's doing?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He put Grixis, but he's been experimenting with Vile Smasher. I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
So go ahead and update the round to 1-1.
Oh, that's right.
You thought this was a Magic Trick stream? Nope. We were playing some Magic the Gathering, and it's the awesomest format, which is called Legacy. So,
I mean, we could do some magic tricks.
Yeah. Sometimes you see some magic tricks.
Do you have anything up your sleeve?
Nope.
Me neither. Huh.
That's actually pretty cool. If we got somebody who's on Twitch and they're like, magic? I want to see magic. And then they jump in and see this and go, they've got cards. Why aren't they doing any magic? I'm not seeing any sleight of hand here. Rich, that's great. Well, you should stick around and watch this awesome game.
Yeah, sleight of hand's only in Modern. Good point, Hackbert. You had a shadow opponent deluge on an empty board for 13. What?
That's
Why?
pretty cool. So that he could then play a Death Shadow and have it be a thing. All right, these guys are shoveled up. They're drawing 7 cards. Oh, looks like Crystal maybe took a mulligan. She sees a all this dust that she puts to the bottom. Cloud Post comes to play tapped. I'm excited to see how this plays out if he's playing Vial Smasher. I was on High Tide and he was desperate. Hey, that works. If your life total doesn't matter.
Yep, there's definitely a Vial Smasher in this deck.
I kind of want to play Toxic Deluge on an empty board and run out
For
of
13.
Run out a Death Shadow. I think you probably deluge for more than 13. I guess it depends on what your life total is, but
Yeah.
it's a Baleful Strix.
Yeah, Baleful Strix is very, very good against this deck.
Yeah.
We'll see what Crystal has here. She had that turn 1 Cloud Post. That's about as good as it can get. Unfortunately, she doesn't have another Cloud Post to follow it up, so this is going to be a 3/3.
So I was playing
Endless
a
one.
Grixis control list against Crystal last Friday, and probably this same build she's playing. And I was able to successfully get enough Baleful Strixes and Jace. And that's kind of the game plan a Grixis deck wants to do, where you hold them to playing 1 creature a turn, and you just get to pretty much bounce it back to their hand. Eldrazi, on the other hand, has Thought-Knots here, which is something if she had in hand she would have been able to play. She wouldn't have been able to play because of the lands, right? And that's a pretty strong way to take whatever the answer is that Grixis might have. The real move is to attack with Death Shadow while you have Phyrexian Unlife in play. And then is Adnaz an instant?
Yeah.
And then Adnaz for your deck before damage. It sounds like a thing you should do.
Yes. Alright, we got Thoughtseize. And we see Smasher, Smasher, Chalice, and there's a City of Traders and a Glimmer Post.
So I'm not exactly sure what Tim's build is, but Chalice of the Void doesn't feel good.
Yeah, but he is playing Vial Smasher, so he's gonna have some cards that kind of cheat on their cost.
Yeah.
And there'll likely be many spells he can still cast.
All right, 1 Reality Smasher gets Thought Seized away.
Yeah, Nosik, I'm not sure if she drew the Chalice on turn 2 or not. But maybe she drew it. No, yeah, I think she did. I think she played the Endless one over the Chalice. I am not sure why you do that. Also not sure why the Glimmer Post is still tapped. Why is the Glimmer Post tapped? She just felt like tapping it.
Mm-hmm. That's why. I don't think you hold the Chalice here. Running out a Reality Smasher right there doesn't really make a lot of sense because of the Baleful Strix. But yeah, I saw this Force of Will happening, right? It makes sense. You kind of have to play into it, though. I guess you could have. What's your other choice? Play a Reality Smasher and hope it gets forced?
Right.
And then attack for 3? Yeah,
Well,
this is kind of
Hackbird,
weird too.
You know how many times we see Wild Beastmaster in Legacy, so.
So if you're Tim, do you block there with a Belfastrix? You know, Crystal has another Reality Smasher in hand.
I mean, it tells me that he's got something. Oh, he's got another Force of Will. It looks like he just plans on forcing it and playing the top decks from that point. Although it looks like he can Thoughtseize it. Yeah. Yeah, I like that better. Batterskull and Reality Smasher. Yeah, he'll probably even force the Batterskull.
Yeah.
And then we're just left with empty hands and not a whole lot going on.
Eventually, Crystal will get up to Eye of Ugin mana. Maybe not.
Yeah, probably not for a little bit. But here's the Thought-Knots here. Yeah, it's probably just gonna get forced. I don't know. I guess I'd rather than not have the body on the board. I'd probably just force it, but
I think you maybe hold up that City of Traders. No, you'd be able to play Reality Smasher, huh? Afterwards. With it, I was gonna say maybe hold it up so that you can get up to the Eye of Ugin mana, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't like holding chalices typically.
So Tim put the Force of Will on top of his library. Couldn't Crystal have just run out a Reality Smash right there? Or maybe does she not have a Reality Smash?
No, she has a Batterskull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Reality Smasher got Thoughtseized.
Yep. So now she could, but now Tim should have a Force of Will with mana to cast it.
Depends what he kept on top. It looks to me like it's a Diabolic Edict that he decided to draw. So in response to Batterskull, we're going to see Diabolic Edict.
Yep.
So then he'll probably pick up the Force of Will, and then we'll fetch.
Did she just play a land?
Yeah, City of Traders is gone.
Okay, she caught it.
Yeah.
Where's the Vial Smashers? I want to see some smashed vials.
Yeah, it looks like we're about... Oh, no. Ensnare. Okay. Whoa. Were you expecting Ensnaring Bridge?
So, Ensnaring Bridge is a little trick that Grixis control decks have been playing in the sideboard, just as a one-of. And they're primarily there for Eldrazi, just because the Grixis decks kind of have some trouble with Eldrazi decks.
Unfortunately, this is probably going to be... Yeah, big bad Ulamog.
Yep. And
so
Bridge is a great answer. There's not too many things that stop it.
Tim can force this, which does do something, but he's still going to lose his bridge and a land.
Right.
If I was Tim, I probably would have tried to fetch and see if I can find like a Snapcaster or another Thoughtseize. But
yeah, there are answers that would take out, but Crystal's got more than one Ulamog, right? So
I don't know. I mean, she does have the post lands, but she also runs like Mimic and Endless One. It's hard to say. Like the Eldrazi decks are kind of strange. The difference between Eldrazi Post and Eldrazi Stompy are sometimes just kind of skewy. But,
all right, so Crystal is picking targets for the cast trigger.
Yeah.
Why was that on her turn? I'm not sure what that was.
Did she activate Eye of Ugin on her turn? Yeah, you're right. That is very weird.
All right, so here's some fetching, and then a Force of Will being hard cast to counter Ulamog, and then we get to see Batterskull smash in for 4. And I don't don't think Tim has anything to do about that.
No, I don't think Tim's going to be able to beat Ayabugan at this point.
Yeah, it's hard. Wasteland does the trick, but a lot of these Grixis lists don't run Wasteland.
I
right
doubt
now.
he's playing Wasteland.
And there's not much
Where's
else.
the Ass Trophy when you need it?
I brought in a Pithing Needle, really just for that card.
Yeah.
Because it is so problematic. Especially, again, Tim's playing a little bit of a different list, but a Grixis control list, games go long. They take a while to end the game.
Yeah.
And if you're sitting with Belfast Strixes and Snapcasters, you're not ending the game quick. And Ayabugan can cause problems.
Where is Blood Moon? Yeah, Blood Moon would be good. I mean, he did go get a bunch of basics. It's possible he has a Blood Moon on the side, but that would be still somewhat strange.
Yep, back to basics also would work. Yeah. We were just resolving spells and he was fetching, so Force of Will took a minute to get there. Ooh.
I'll do it.
Okay. So this comes in with...
It was 1 floating and then 4, 5, so 6 mana, so yeah. So using 1 of it, killing Belfast.
Yep.
Attacking.
Tim can't quite get there. He had another Force of Will, but not enough mana to do it. Crystal gets there with a Walking Ballista and a Batterskull.
Oh.
Just what you would expect in Eldrazi Stompy.
Yeah.
Walking Ballista and Batterskull.
Batterskull is kind of a weird card to be in the Eldrazi Stompy deck, honestly. None of your mana really helps you cast it. I feel like if you're gonna play something that your mana, has a hard time letting you cast, it's got to be like Ugin.
Yeah, that would be fun. I also like,
if you're on the post lands,
taking a legacy deck, and saying, all right, here's the shell, here's the stock list, here's how I want to make it mine, and these are cards I enjoy playing.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not the top tier best ultimate thing, but it's what I like.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's what Crystal's doing or not, but it's fun when you get surprised by something too in Legacy. Mm-hmm. Instead of, I know your exact 75.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's an ensnaring bridge.
I remember the first time she was playing, she played with like a 1 of Eldrazi Conscription in her deck. And so she'd have like an Eldrazi Mimic on the board, and she'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna put this Eldrazi Conscription on it, and just like bash you for 10 or something like that, and everybody just looked at it like, what just happened?
It's an Eldrazi deck, and the card says Eldrazi Conscription. Come on, that's it. Obviously,
it belongs in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but auras usually bad.
Usually you 2-for-1 yourself. Is that what you're saying?
Usually they are not good. And there are times when they are. There are times when they are.
All right, chat. We've got 5 minutes, 4 minutes. We might be done faster than that.
Hope so.
And we get to do this extremely important thing.
What is that, Bryce?
We get to play some Plinko.
I swear you just live to play Plinko.
How many do we need to have it be a successful Plinko? Because I get like 3 out of 30.
What's a successful Plinko?
I don't know.
Is it a certain number or is it a percentage?
Or is it just fun? Maybe it doesn't matter. Let's find out.
I like doing 10. That way we get it like a direct percentage each time. But
I clicked it a bunch of times.
Okay.
Let's find out.
You did 13. That's kind of 10.
There's a bunch. All right, everybody, focus.
You got 1.
Yeah. Chad, did you see that? 1 for 13. That is some skill right there. Oh, I got a low battery from that talent. 1 for 13. I better do some more right now.
Yep, before your battery runs out.
Talent. Here's more this time. Why is... I have to like finagle it to get it to work.
20.
20. An even number.
Oh boy. Oh,
1,
2.
2, 3,
4.
4
out of 20.
4 out of 20.
Wow.
That's like better.
No.
Hmm.
Not really. That's 10% better than your last one.
If anybody
Well,
wants
actually,
to
not even.
attempt to beat me at this amazing game that has absolutely nothing to do with Legacy, you're welcome to. Also, if you're new in our chat, because somebody showed up looking for magic tricks, give us a follow, and then you'll see us go live. We do this every Tuesday night and most Friday nights when the computer doesn't completely break.
Yeah, the fact that we didn't have a stream on Friday, not normal. 22.
22 bits. All right.
He's
Can
gonna
you
do so much
beat
better than
4?
you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8? 9, 10? Oh, now we're getting in from Jorgensen. Jorgensen's bits are bouncing a lot more.
Yeah, seriously.
What is up with that?
I bet you Jorgensen got like 2, and Oral and Mop got like 10.
Jackson,
out of his 23.
we are halfway done. We just finished round 2. We've got 2 more rounds of Legacy. We're just in between rounds at the moment.
Okay, so we've got Paul versus Stockton. That's going to be Death Shadow versus Lands. I think that'll be... So that actually says to me that we have 3 undefeateds, and that's and that Stockton's undefeated. So let's get that up for you guys whenever they come.
So we can watch some Death Shadow versus Lands.
Toe by Blade, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that.
Oh,
see if you
does
can...
the follow thing go in the Plinko thing? No. Try again.
Not even close.
Try again.
Yeah, refollow. Is the evening over with? No. We got 2 more rounds. Jackson.
We also will repeat ourselves. It's great.
Mm-hmm. We have our pairings for round 3. We're just waiting for them to sit down, and then we'll get over there. And the question is are these paused?
No, I just saw somebody move.
You did?
Oh,
That looks paused. That looks paused to me.
Let's unpause it. It didn't even deactivate. Oh no! We did the thing again, chat. Okay, so we're gonna fix it. Do you want me to do what I did last time, since it seemed to work?
Yeah, and I'll do what I did last time. Sorry we're troubleshooting, guys. Whatever happened on Friday really killed us. Because these cameras are not supposed to do this.
So this is a problem. Somebody followed and immediately everything broke.
Oh, that's
obviously those
it.
are linked. There's causation there, guys, or correlation, or one of the causes. Maybe they're not related at all.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
Totally fixed it.
We got it fixed before people started playing. We're good.
You and I are no longer on screen, but that's all right. That camera's down now.
We are definitely sitting here. I promise. I'll fix that one in just a moment. No, they don't want to see us.
Yeah. But you came for the magic. You stayed because you don't get to see our faces anymore. There is no death in taxes tonight.
Ghost toasts.
Yep. Just disembodied voices talking about Legacy. We've got Paul on your right with the Tabernacle mat. Stockton is playing blue-black Death Shadow with the Brainstorm creature mat. I don't know what it is. Hey, we're back.
I fixed it.
There we are. You missed us, didn't you?
We've been able to fix the cameras fast
So
enough
far,
that we're not losing viewers like crazy. So that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
If anybody wants to come and make all of our stuff actually work, like it's worked like for months in a row, and then
no, like almost a year.
I think OBS sent an update and everything broke.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's not.
Paul is drawing cards in a weird way I've never seen before. There we go. All right. So we're assuming that both of these players are actually undefeated here after 2 rounds. No Death and Taxes means our meta is bad. There's definitely Death and Taxes who play in our meta.
Yeah, nobody's here tonight, but there's at least 3 Death and Taxes players who play here on a semi-regular basis.
When our meta can be upwards of 30 plus people, and you only get 12 sometimes, that means half the meta didn't show up. So
we at least have 40 legacy players in our area.
Yep.
But usually we only get between like 15.
Here's
to 25.
a turn 1 for Paul. I'm just gonna play a bunch of Mox Diamonds.
We gonna loam too.
Yeah, and then get my stuff back. And
play around days.
Don't daze me. Oh,
okay.
Let's keep going. How many cards did Paul have? He must have had like 15 cards to and then exploration comes down.
Okay. I mean,
wow.
And he gets okay, or sure.
This is fair, right here. That was turn 1.
So Paul literally emptied his hand on turn 1.
Yeah. Without the empty your hand green spell, whatever it is.
Yeah, without mana bond.
And that whole time he was playing around days.
The funny part about this is he didn't do anything. Like he's literally banking on this loam to find something.
Yeah, but it will.
It will. Yeah.
He gets to draw 3 cards a turn.
Is it a god hand? I don't think so. If his lands were combo pieces, then I think it might have been a god hand. But
it's fine. It's fine. He gets to draw 3 cards with loam. He gets to get back loam and cast it every turn, and then put 2 lands into play each turn. He'll get there very quickly.
Yeah, I think so.
That was a horrid wasteland.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan
it
of whatever
didn't
just happened there.
It didn't accomplish anything at all.
Mm-mm.
Oh, if he'd had a Tranquil Thicket in there. Yeah, there's only one of those in the deck, though, right?
I think there's a Tranquil Thicket and a Shelter Thicket.
Yeah.
Either would have been good. Yep, so there's one part. And we're just going to cast this here thing. Get back all the land. Oh, man, we're dazed.
Oh. So this, I guess, is a life control for Stockton.
Oh, okay, and we're forcing it.
Okay.
There we go.
So the daze wasn't really doing much. It was more about Stockton hitting himself for 2 more damage, right? Because it's a shock land. Because he wants to get sub 13 life.
Yeah, I agree, True Nightmare. That wasn't the best.
He has a fetch land. Now we're gonna loam. And
there's a Tranquil Thicket.
There's a thicket. Now Paul has choices of lands to get back instead of just the 3 that are available to him. He's going to target some stuff, and Stockton's going to daze it again? I don't think you want to.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
It probably doesn't matter.
He's going to deal himself some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he has another force? Dismember is not very good.
And, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he is dazing to deal himself damage. This will come down next turn, and he'll be at 12, and he can play Death Shadow. Although Paul has a Grove the Burn Willows, so I'm not sure how good that really is.
Your 1/1 Death Shadow just died. I think it maybe was Mox Diamond, land, Life of the Loam, exploration, game. But Thicket could have been the trick.
Yeah, so I don't think Stockton can deal himself enough damage to keep his Death Shadow alive through 2 activations of the Grove.
Yep.
So Watery Grave.
I don't really like
12.
I don't really like the last days because he had another Watery Grave in hand, right? So he would have been able to play a second shock.
No, I'm pretty sure that was his draw.
No, he fetched for it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, see, then he would have been able to Thoughtseize and play Death Shadow.
Right.
Oh, well, no, because the port would have tapped it all down, but he would have been able to do something in theory.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Jackson. Paul definitely could have played his Rashad and port. I don't know if it really do anything. Okay, so literally all the gambles are in the graveyard. Just mill over triple gamble.
Why didn't Paul play another land there?
Yeah, not sure.
I think he just didn't want to. If it
He
was
definitely didn't have to.
thicket, he wanted to draw.
Well, he had a Rashad and port as well.
Oh.
He could have played it.
Loam getting back thicket. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Grove and
Stockton's looking at 2 groves, just going, yeah, I don't know.
It's just coincidentally really good against Death Shadow.
Yeah, it's like really good.
It's absolutely not there for that reason, and yet, oh, by the way, I can kill your dude.
Yep.
By tapping lands.
What up, Captain QC?
We're just watching lands destroy this blue-black shadow game 1 here in round 3. That's what's up.
That is what's up.
Earlier we had mathematical computation questions that went nowhere. Somebody said something and we didn't pay attention. So you missed that.
Yeah.
But it's okay, you're here now.
We'll cycle, and this is a reanimate. That actually is something. He can get Street Wraith back. That's better than nothing. We'll go down to 8. Reanimate Street Wraith.
Goes down to 3. That's a good time thing then. Are we going to see Paul somehow find a punishing fire and win with that?
Yeah.
No, the Stockton's. Oh, there's one. There's a punishing fire under that that Misty Rainforest. Yeah, and Stockton's like, nope.
Yeah, I can't beat that.
You got me. Yeah, he's got Amazement in hand as well, so Stockton would need quite a bit more to get anywhere. All right, our backup match is Burn versus Maverick, and it looks like these guys.
No, Lennon. It's
no.
Painter.
Burn versus Painter. We just saw Burn versus Maverick. Burn versus Red White Painter. And it looks like these guys just finished game 1. So these guys are both. No, they're not undefeated, right?
Ian is.
And Lennon drew a match.
Okay, so Lennon's probably 1-0-1.
Yeah. We'll see here who won game 1. Yeah, I talked through those lines with Lennon, and he wasn't aware. So like I said, I think he's just kind of new to the deck. I think Lennon went about a year without playing any Magic.
Really?
Let alone Legacy. And he's only been back here for about a month now and playing a variety of decks.
Yeah, somebody threw us a link.
To the top, is this the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
4 Painters, 3 Psy, 1 Spellskite, 4 Trinket Mage, 1 Walking Ballista, 4 Force, 4 Preordain, 2 Aether Spell Bombs. That's weird. 1 Chromox, 1 Engineered Explosive, 4 Grindstone, 1 Meekstone, 4 Opal, 4 Antiquities War. Man, this deck is really cool.
So it's very different. It's a combo deck with this really interesting Antiquities War thing going on that can just overwhelm it.
I wish I had Opals. If I had Opals, I could actually play this deck.
Yeah, and you gotta have them.
Yeah, and they have the Empress in the sideboard. Oh,
that's fun.
So yeah, it's not a whir deck.
And you got 4 Trinket Mages, so they're kind of taking the spot of the Imperial Recruiter.
What are you talking about? Your thighs are numb. Yeah. I have it up. I don't have it up on Discord right now. Discord's on my phone. Unless you want it.
You just top 8. Find it easy.
Yeah, just go to MTG top 8.
This is from the Legacy Open. Brian Durkins, Mono Blue Painter.
Alright, so we had a turn 1. Oh wow, so Actually, Ian went first. So it looks like Lennon must have got game 1. It is a combo deck, but you have to combo off pretty quickly to beat Burn, I think.
You designed the Grixis Reanimator deck? the blue-black with a splash of red? That's cool. Way to go, Stoneforge. You designed a top 8 deck.
It's more than I could say.
Let's take a look at that real quick. Yeah, what is the red splash for here? Let's see. Maybe. For Is It Charm?
Oh, and Jackson designed Disneyland. Jeez, we got all
Whoa.
kinds of talent in here.
That's amazing. It's kind of old.
Yeah.
I mean, Jackson, I think your design could use a little work.
Yeah. Give it the times. Yeah, no Faithless Looting, just Is It Charm.
And just one Chancellor. Very interesting.
Alright, so we saw a swing and a loot. Lennon's definitely trying to find what he needs to combo off. And we're going to see a Chain Lightning take out Painter. Yeah, so Burn has all the answers for this combo. All they have to do is kill Painter. Turns out a lot of their cards deal 3 damage to the Painter. Yeah, a lot of decks. I mean, you can just bring back a Chancellor and win with it. 5 power, just a couple turns and you'll win. A lot of decks can't deal with that. Unless you're playing Baleful.
I love how somebody in chat says, "I designed this deck that top 8'd a giant legacy PT or open 400 plus players," and everybody in chat is like, "What? What did you? You made all these design mistakes. What are you doing? All your decisions were wrong." It's like, well, obviously not. The deck did pretty well. There might be something to some of these ideas. I don't play Reanimator at all, so I can't comment at all. I think it's interesting. Like, Is It Charm over Faithless Looting seems bizarre to me, but at the same time, a Chalice on 1 just kills Faithless Looting. So maybe Is It Charm is a thing?
You just give good decks to your friends. Sounds like you're a good friend. And it looks to me like Ian's gonna get this one. Lightning Bolt, swing for 4. That's gonna put Ian to 10. Yeah, and then we got a Fire Blast. Okay.
1-1.
So 1-1 over here.
That was fun. I blinked. What did I miss?
We're 1-1.
Oh. On the other side, don't blink, guys.
Well, we saw. I guess we've seen a Thoughtseize happen.
We just saw a Wasteland versus a Wasteland. Wasteland won.
I knew it.
Can we be friends? I'd like to play a good deck.
We're gonna surgical. What are we surgicaling? Wasteland?
Bye, Wasteland. Already was 2 of you, now there's not. Wait, Goblins won a... When did Goblins win a Legacy Open?
Maybe never.
Yeah, I don't think that happened. 4-color Loam.
4-color Loam won.
Beat...
It's a deck I've been playing a little bit.
What did it beat?
Grixis Control.
In the finals?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 1-2. I was trying to like remember what the matchup was because I watched some of the finals.
It actually is a rough matchup for Lum. It's not like a bad matchup, but it's a 50-50, and your deck is a little less consistent than the Grixis Control, so...
Oh, when will goblins be good enough? Probably not.
Soon enough.
Nope.
Maybe not.
It probably won't be. There's players who play goblins at Legacy Opens for sure. They're there. I just don't think goblins has enough to do. It'll steal games. It can be fast. It's just not fast enough. Yeah, the Crater Maker is solid. It just might be a little too expensive. Like, I think it's strong in like a modern. All right, I missed something. What did crop rotation? Okay, crop rotation's happening. Oh, take that back. Okay, Goblins is definitely going to win eventually a Legacy Open. I took it back. There, I said the thing. I was threatened.
Maybe eventually.
Goblins needs a red force of will.
It'll never have that. Sorry.
Goblins has a lot of game. You can do similar types of things better though, right? Like even an Eldrazi Stompy deck that has Eye of Ugin has that inevitability that kind of Goblins doesn't get. All right. Yep. Give you a life. Die, Death Shadow. You played 3 Engineered Plagues. That was a different time. A whole bunch of lands. Sees, thought, sees.
And he's going to wasteland Thespian stage? Interesting.
Okay. Paul just drew a Dark Depths, so he's not far off from comboing off.
He's probably going to get it.
I think you have to brainstorm here.
Why didn't he play his fetch? Doesn't he have a fetch? Or maybe I missed something. Yep, what a pro. Now Stockton's sitting with a Death Shadow in hand, just going, For some reason I thought he had a fetch, but he does not.
I think he kind of needs to find... Oh, he needs to find a bunch of things, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's locked on the top, so he's going to have to preordain these away. Do you even want the Death Shadows at this point? Like, they seem so bad. Double Grove.
All right. Preordain, like you said. Those are going to the bottom. Oh, one's going to the hand. Never mind. What do we think of Legacy Humans? I like humans that play Legacy.
It's going to have some pretty good matchups, and it's going to have a lot of really bad ones.
If humans didn't play Legacy, I wouldn't have anybody to play Legacy against.
Yeah, Punishing Fire is the thing in Legacy. I don't love humans because of that.
Hates control. Says boo. Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Grove is the natural enemy of this deck. Stockton plays 2 Death Shadows and they die instantly. All right, we're back to Burn versus Painter, and it looks like we are. What are we doing here? We're ending the game.
So Painter got there.
Did Ian never draw another land?
I don't think so.
Or did he just get comboed?
It looks like he just got comboed.
Yeah. It looks like Painter and Grindstone grinded the stone in the Painter. Which everybody knows, if there's a grindstone and it's like grinding and you get paint splashed on you, you're dead.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
It's like holding a golf club up in a thunderstorm. You're dead. Just instantly. The lightning just finds you, even if there's taller trees. Everybody knows this.
I didn't.
Yep.
Jeez, it looks like you've had a lot of work to do. You have to keep finding people to come and sit down.
I do. We got another one of these. Who have we not seen? Pull up this real quick.
I think
I kind of just picked the one that they're in between games, but
we haven't seen Matt play Turbo Depths. That's
wow.
We've seen everybody else.
Okay.
At least once.
Let's try and find somebody.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't you cry if your TV got stolen? I'd cry. Oh, I can overhear Stockton saying, yeah, I should have surgicaled the Grove, not the Wasteland. I agree. I definitely agree. Joke's on them. I don't own a TV. Well, then you wouldn't cry if your TV got stolen now, would it? We need to get some homeowners insurance? For sure. I don't know. The TV I have is actually, like, kind of old. But it still works, so can't complain too much. If it got stolen, I'd just be like, yeah, it was time. You'd be more worried about the closet getting stolen? Yeah. Oh, you have a gun collection? Yeah, that'd be a problem. I have a friend who his entire Magic collection is in his closet, so I'm sure that could also be a problem. Yeah, thieves wouldn't intentionally steal Magic cards, I don't think. But
I have nobody to jump on camera right now.
Nobody?
Not really. They're all in the middle of games.
So we just have to sit here and talk to people
and hang out with these amazing people in chat. Let's look at these deck lists a little closer here.
Let's do it.
Where'd they go?
Give Bryce the helm.
Did you make them go away?
No.
Oh, here they are. I don't know if I can look at them in this format.
Switch it over to the PCG one.
This is kind of rough. That's fine.
Go to. You think it'll be in Goldfish? Those decks.
Let's look at it that way. That's a good way to look at it.
See open. There you go.
All right, chat. We're gonna look real quick at some deck lists from this most recent weekend in Legacy. So we're gonna go.
Let's see if our MTGO.
Let's actually take a look at it.
Yeah, that's one. Yep.
That worked great.
Yeah, looks good.
All right, here we are.
That wasn't gonna work.
So this is the first place list. It's a 4-color loam deck.
Mm-hmm.
Is this pretty much what you've been playing?
It's identical.
With a 1 of Vindicate and
the guy who won is the deck list that I've been working with on Aggro.
So it's kind of impressive that a 4-color loam took down a full open.
Yes,
with that many.
It is definitely impressive.
And we're gonna scroll down a little bit. We can see the kind of stock-ish Grixis control. This is kind of what you'd expect to see, something very much like this.
Mm-hmm.
The 4-3-2 is pretty typical. 1 Lily on a main deck, 1 sideboard is pretty typical. So this is very close to the Reed Duke list. The only thing that changed from his list, it looks like, is some of these sideboard cards. This True Name wasn't in his sideboard, and this Pithing Needle. Yeah,
Jackson. Actually, I've seen other people talk about that as well. Queen Marchesa in in Agrilum.
This is a fun deck to play though. If it's rough to play against, there's lots of really powerful cards. Getting him to Turok can be really, really rough, especially if you can get a Snapcaster him. It can end games, but it's a fun deck. And I actually like the mirror matches. I think they're interesting. This is they're calling it Golgari Depths. It's just a black-green Depths. It's Turbo Depths.
Yeah, it's Turbo Depths.
That's how we know it. And there's somebody here playing this tonight. We haven't seen them yet on camera.
They don't play Mox Diamonds though. In fact, this is the first time I've ever seen this deck play Mox Diamond.
And this is kind of the slow depths build that has Dark Confidants, right? Or it's not slow, it's medium, whatever. Yeah. Turbo Depths is all in on the combo, and this one has a little other games. Triple himmed his opponent.
Yep.
Another Grixis, another 4-color Loam. Here's the mono blue painter list that we were chatting about in chat. This is interesting. This is kind of fun. There was a mono blue list that's been around in Legacy for quite a while, and this is quite a bit different. This is mixing in some standard cards in this dude right here.
Yeah, this card is incredibly powerful.
If you haven't played any standard, or really, it's not really played in modern, is it? You probably haven't seen this guy.
Actually, I'm not sure.
He's a legend, so
really
you're not going to play him in multiples, but he is kind of a must-answer type card. You've got 14 artifacts. A lot of them are really inexpensive.
All of them are inexpensive.
Right? And plus some creatures that are artifacts as well. So you actually have, what, 14, 16 artifacts? And you can search for them. So this is a way to gain some pretty good advantage. And 1/1 flyers are a thing in Legacy. They can really matter. Lingering Souls is a really strong card in Legacy. Having this Antiquities War, full 4 of them. 4 is a lot.
Yeah, look how many you've got 14 artifacts that are super cheap. You can just throw them onto the board.
Yeah.
And then you've got another 6.
And you've got lands as well, right? Yep. You've got some. Oh no, yeah, just these 4 seats.
Oh yeah, the seats.
But this is a game-ending card. It feels a little slow when you first read it. Again, standard card. It triggers right away, right when you play it. You get to look at the top 4 cards and draw an artifact, which you're going to hit one, right? Yeah. And then right after your second turn, you've played this, you get to do it one more time. And then your third turn, all your artifacts swing for lethal. That's pretty cool, and it has nothing to do with the combo. This is a fun deck.
Yeah.
I'm curious how this deck plays out. The sideboard.
If I had the opals, I'd test it out. That's for sure. But I do not have them.
Has a 1 of Karn.
Yep. Yes.
And 1 of Empress.
This card's so sweet with Painter.
Yep. So this is some new spice to Legacy in a format that doesn't get some new spice very much.
Bombardment is sweet, whether you like it or not.
Name one deck that plays Lingering Souls. There's a few. There's a few decks that play Lingering Souls, and it's strong when you can play it.
You don't like Karn as a 1-of? I really like Karn.
Here's this Grixis Reanimator deck. That's the red is there for Izzet Charm. It has a Stronghold Gambit. Gambit's actually okay, I guess, and a Braid. And I can't even comment on some of those deck choices. They seem all wrong to me, but I don't know. It took 7th place at a huge tournament. Here's an Eldrazi post. This one is probably pretty close to what.
This is a bigger Eldrazi deck.
This has Grim Monolith.
Yeah, Grim Monolith. It's got 4 Endbringers, the Ulamogs, 4 Walking Ballista. Yeah, this is the go big. This is
I like the Karns in this list. Karn is really strong in giving you card advantage. Where you're normally going to have some sort of a threat down, and so your opponent probably can't handle and deal with Karn right away.
You want to Chalice on turn 1 and Karn on turn 2. Oh. That's the way to do it.
And this kind of shows why Goblins isn't very good, right? Here's a colorless list. It has more bigger creatures faster, and it's doing what Goblins wants to do better.
Yes.
And there's other decks that are doing the same thing. Here's a lands list. This gives you an idea of pretty close to what Paul is playing.
It's probably got some differences. No, he's playing the Rishon Ports, and
I don't see the Riftstone Portal, but that's about it. I don't think Paul plays this Molten Vortex main. It's probably
he has it in the side.
But he's got the Sphere of Resistances and the K-Grips, of course, and the Trackers. I'm not sure if he's got Chalices.
Not sure if he has the Ancient Tomb either.
Yeah, I don't know what. That's kind of a strange thing in sideboard.
Yeah, I agree.
We've got some Dredge.
Dredge.
Dredge does what Dredge does. I'm sure you've seen Dredge.
I love this deck.
And
probably not a popular
Let's
opinion.
double check here what if we've got some players sitting down. Maybe not quite yet.
Nope.
Moving on. Another Grixis Control. As you can see, a lot of these Grixis Control decks are getting to be quite homogenized, right?
Yeah.
They're all very similar. Three of these.
This one has one less Jace and one more true name than the other.
Yeah.
On the other list.
3 of these, 4 of those, 2 of these.
And some different sideboard cards.
A Dimir Shadow. We're not playing colors. We're playing.
Very Eternal. Thank you for the follow. That's weird. I thought you guys were already followed.
They unfollowed just to follow again.
Oh, they would.
Well done, Bay Area. So this is probably close to the list that we just saw Stockton playing with.
Yeah.
And we found that Death Shadow's natural enemy is Grove of the Burn Willows.
Yeah, that was nasty. You thought that too? Yeah. I could have sworn we've gone through this before, but
Here's a 2 true name list. This is what? Where are we at? 13th place.
yeah, this is.
And this one has Bitter Blossom main, and Bitter Blossom's really interesting. Again, going back to those 1/1 flyers can be just really strong in Legacy.
Well, this is a Delver deck, not a.
Oh, okay.
Grixis
Here we go.
control
Here we go.
list.
Yes, very different.
Yes.
Other than 40 of the cards are the exact same, but otherwise,
No, everything's a 1-drop in this list. Like Grixis controls like a lot of 2s and 3s.
yeah. The Young Pyromancers are interesting in here. I'm kind of surprised that they're still strong enough to play, as opposed to something else. When this deck lost Gitaxian Probe, right?
Yep.
It was heavily reliant. Kind of Plan B was Pyromancer and then Gitaxian Probe with Cabal Therapy as a way of really disrupting your opponent. And I actually don't know how well this list plays now because it is so different.
Yeah, you played a lot of Grixis Delver before the Deathrite ban and the Gitaxian ban.
I like the Bitter Blossoms though. It's interesting. And now it looks like we have some players sitting down. Here's real quick. I'll leave you with this.
Really starting that soon?
I think everybody was
on.
finishing up. Here's a red white painter list. This is close-ish to what Lennon was just playing. It's a little different. I don't think he had these canonists main.
No.
But you can see there's a full 6 blasts to go along with the painters to just counter everything, and it gives you an idea of the difference. This one's quite a bit different than that blue painter list that has now the mono blue has a very awesome Plan B that's built into the main deck.
Bullo Food Chain. Brian's been out of town and he probably won't be back till I think mid-October. So we probably won't see Food Chain until he's back.
All right, round 4. We're ready.
Are we?
Yeah, we got some players sitting down. We've got Stockton on the blue-black Shadow playing against some Eldrazi, and we've got Paul on lands versus Lennon on painter. What do you guys want to see more?
That's a good question.
We've kind of seen both of these decks tonight. Lands versus red-white painter versus or Shadow versus Eldrazi post. Terry says the deck is still really good. The Grixis Delver. That makes sense. it's still it's not the cards that you replace probe with are still really strong cards. All right, we're gonna start you off here with Crystal on your right and Shadow Stockton playing Shadow on your left. Post versus Shadow. We got one vote. Somebody vote the opposite, and then we'll have a tie. It'll be great. Jackson will always vote for lands, but he hasn't actually voted yet, so...
Yeah, I'm confused.
Oh. We should have time to see some Painter versus lands. I think this match should
Honestly,
be...
I think Painter versus lands will go a lot faster. We should probably start there.
All right. That's fine with me. I'm fine with seeing either. Here we go. Lennon's on the play. He starts off with the city and into the Smuggler's Copter, which at the end of the last match where we saw it, it didn't do very much. He needs another creature to survive for it to be effective. Yep. Jackson, you get your wish. Here it is.
It's our party. We can cry if we want to.
You always vote for lands, and here it is. It looks like Lennon... Wait, Lennon is not on lands. Lennon is on Painter.
Oh, psh.
He played a land.
Sorry about that.
Looks like Lennon needs another land. Wasteland should be very good. Usually is. Ooh, he found another land. He plays a land. All right. So, oh dear. Lennon can respond to the City of Traders trigger there and tap it for 2.
It was tapped by Rashad and Porter.
Oh, he can't do that then.
No,
that doesn't work.
But he'll be able to crew, hit for 3, and maybe he can find some land off these loots.
This is round 4, and you were asking me to pay attention. I'm confused.
I never asked that.
You said that like I should have known. It was tapped with port.
Duh.
See? Exactly. When the lands player reminds you of your triggers. That's how it works.
Lands players know lands. I know, big surprise.
Yes, so Red-White Painter plays main deck blasts and hydroblasts and red elemental blasts because when you put down a painter and then every single thing becomes that
the color they're super easy to protect.
So you're choosing blue, and then you just get to counter everything, and it also simultaneously protects against counter spells, right?
Yes, Wes, you did just get here in time.
Wes, welcome in.
The last round.
Round 4, Tuesday Night Legacy, the best round, the round where I'm always paying very close attention to everything that happens.
The pay attention, yawn round.
I often am yawning. Here's a gamble. What are the chances that the card he picked is the one that goes to the graveyard?
Pretty low. I don't think he went and got a Burnt Catacombs.
Probably not. Probably not. I think he won that gamble. Everybody in chat should know that I think Gamble for Life of the Loam is about the cheapest, most broken thing you can do in Legacy.
Wow. Yeah, Paul's just completely wrecked Lennon of anything. I don't even know if he'll have a land this turn.
No.
Nope. Yeah, Paul's got all the time in the world. And even when Lennon does find a land, he'll be able to port it.
So he quite possibly gambled for Punishing Fire.
Yeah.
That's a card that doesn't hurt you if you've got the Grove out, if you gambled wrong. Gamble for Life of the Loam, turn 1, Grizzlebrand. Yeah, no, Grizzlebrand's fine. You agree with me, Jorgensen. I sense no sarcasm in your texting there.
All right. I think we've seen enough of this.
You did say it was going to end quickly.
Yep. Well, that'll take a little bit more, but
yeah, Punish Fire.
We don't need to sit there and
There's
watch
just
that.
not much that He's good. Who voted for this? All right. So here's our original backup match. Stockton's playing with a Delver.
Yeah.
In all the matches we've seen him play, we haven't seen him once cast a Delver. He's down to a nice low life count of 6, where a Death Shadow is a 7/7.
Yeah, looks like Stockton's been able to do some land management.
Now it's an 8/8 because he's fetching.
Mm-hmm. It's a big guy.
He's fetching for a sea that is underground.
Wow.
Yep.
And
Whoa.
Thoughtsies.
Whoa.
Do you? I guess you just take the chalice. I'd take chalice. You can have Ugin. Not casting that sucker anytime soon.
Stockton's now down to there we go. He's down to 3.
Yeah, it's really risky. If a Smasher came down here, he'd be dead actually. But Crystal would have to find land into Smasher. Just not something that's gonna happen easily. No land came down for Crystal this last turn.
When your life total literally knocks your deck over.
Yeah.
That's what just happened. All right. 3 points of damage. Ooh, Death Shadow number 2. You're actually safe to attack there, aren't you?
Definitely.
With the other Death Shadow?
Yeah, Stockton's in a really good spot now.
There's nothing with haste that's going to be able to come down right away.
These are 10/10s. Like you're attacking for.
Yeah, might as well swing out.
I'd at least attack with.
Crystal's got a block with one of them.
Yeah.
Or
I actually
not.
She has to 14.
You kill next turn. There's always next turn. Come on, chat. Don't be like that. Oh, quiet.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter how he does it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the win in a couple turns no matter what.
So is that game 1? Probably?
I think so.
Okay. Death Shadow, obviously, through our exhaustive analysis, is better than Eldrazi Stompy. You heard it
this
here.
game's still going?
Hey, that is a ensnaring bridge. Paul, I don't think has an answer to that main deck. Does he?
Yeah, it's called Punishing Fire.
He's gonna have to win with Punishing Fire.
I feel like he has something. I don't know.
So if Lennon finds a Blood Moon, that changes things.
He's not gonna be able to cast it. He's never gonna use this land again.
Okay.
He's just gonna sit here.
So he needs
and wait to die.
Blood Moon, Lotus Petal, and another Soul Land.
Yeah.
And have them all in his hand.
Yep.
And then he shuts out.
And then he Blood Moons, and then he should be able to win from there. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, I'm ready. So, okay, in Legacy, it is kind of important to recognize what your line is, what your line might be. What is a chance?
How do you win this game?
Is there an opportunity to do something? He's got a Spirit Guide, so he's getting. Oh, he's playing land. That's so. Here's what I mean. If the correct answer is Blood Moon, you don't want to play a land here, because you want to keep your lands in hand so that you can eventually play a Blood Moon, right?
Well, no, because you need a soul. You need a soul land,
soul land
plus petal or plus.
But if you drew a
Spirit Guide,
yeah, okay.
So I don't hate playing the mountain.
Or you concede and move on to the next match, or go home, or whatever, right? Like if it's inevitable. And sometimes that can be hard to do. Sometimes you just play it out to find out and see and learn what your line should have been. But I can't see another way he gets there through this. And Ensnaring Bridge makes it interesting, though. Paul definitely has K-Grips in his sideboard.
Yes. And they will definitely be coming in.
And he maybe already brought him in.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot it was game 2.
Playing him out is fine, I guess. Like, Like if he ghost quarters it, you just go get another one.
Or wait, this isn't game 2, is it? Did I
No,
not have-
no, you just already marked it for,
Oh, that's
for
right.
this game. Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
right.
this is still game 1. So yeah, there's no K grips that have already come
That's
in.
right. I called it. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So he can just go get another mountain, is what you're saying. Okay, that's true. And then if he finds a land and a blood moon, and he's got a spirit guide in hand, okay, you're right. You're right. Playing the mountain's fine. I'm not sure how many blood moons are in this list. I've definitely gotten turn 1 blood moon by Lennon before.
It's probably 2 or 3. Yep, still in the land, just pass the turn back, and we just gotta play this game of let's grove back and hit you for 1 over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Has the other match started? Jeez.
There's also time. Time is a thing, right? Since that is game 1, maybe you concede and
It
move on
has
to
already started.
the next match.
We saw a Thoughtseize take out something, and then a Diabolic Edict to kill. Looks like Endbringer.
That's pretty strong use of
Diabolic Edict.
Diabolic Edict, yeah. Endbringer
sense,
is
yeah.
a problem. You want to bounce that or make it be sacrificed.
Here's a Smasher, and it looks like this is gonna deal some serious damage.
Smash!
Well, now Stockton's Death Shadows look really good.
Yeah.
We'll see if he has any. That's a sick altar, huh? Gee, who did that altar?
I don't know. Some guy.
Some guy named this guy. Oh, wait, that's not your name.
Jackson is true. I actually do altars, and so obviously some of these altars that are local have been done by me. Crystal wanted something different. We went with a kind of a psychedelic pattern. It's on the something a little different on the Thought-Knot Seers and the Smashers.
Double Death Shadow. And now what's Crystal got?
There's the Thought-Knot. You get to see them
It's
both.
going to be forced. Bye-bye Delver, it looks like. And we'll lose life, go down to 4. And these are 9/9s.
They're what?
9/9s.
Oh.
They're big. They're bad.
They're bigger than Reality Smashers. Doesn't make any sense. So now
yeah.
there could be 10/10s, so
yes,
you attack with
you
both?
actually do attack with both here.
That's great.
Yep.
You died to a Reality Smasher follow-up, though. If you don't have a backup play.
Yeah, that's a really good point. He did Thoughtseize early. He probably has a decent idea of what's left in the hand. But yeah, Crystal has to block here.
Yeah, Jackson, the only reason you would really want to force a will is if that third card is better than your other 2.
Alright, so Crystal go to 11. And what have we got? A cantrip. A Delver.
So he
Yep, Smasher wins.
wouldn't have... Oh, yeah, it still does. And...
We gain 3 life. And what is it? What's it going to be?
goes tap for 6.
Oh, man.
All is dust. Whoops.
So the fact that he was gonna die to a Smasher anyway, he didn't have to play the Delver there.
Yeah.
This almost assuredly gives this game to Crystal. He didn't draw from the Thought-Knot Seer trigger? Yeah, that's not good.
That's because Thought-Knot got countered. It never died.
Oh yeah.
It got Force of Willed.
Yeah, he did force the Thought-Knot.
Ponder's pretty good. It's gonna shuffle. And find another cantrip. Brainstorm. Pretty good also. when you have a fetch land. It's not bad. Ooh, there's a reanimate. That plays.
Yeah, it sure does. That gets him right back in.
That's called Death Shadow number 5 right there.
Mm-hmm. Losing 1 life to get a 10/10
You'll do that
for 1 mana?
for 1 black? It's almost as good as a Gurmag Angler. He chose not to reanimate there.
What? Oh, he just kept force. Okay, so he's gonna draw reanimate then. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm confused. Oh, all his dust exiles. So he
All
doesn't
Dust exiles?
have.
I thought it was
yeah,
Ugin
yeah,
Exile.
yeah,
I always
yeah.
get them mixed up.
Oh, that's why this doesn't work. Okay. Sorry. Those
Yeah, that's game.
those very large
Right.
things that we were talking about, that whole line doesn't work because he doesn't have them in his graveyard to reanimate. So it doesn't play. Sorry, guys. Hey!
I always get Ugin and
They both
and-
exile.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure no.
Really do. All his dust. Ugin exiles everything, the minus ability.
I thought Ugin exiled and
Exile each permanent with colors.
All His Dust doesn't. I thought. Yeah, All His Dust makes him sacrifice.
Oh, so then did he have a line there?
Yeah, doesn't exile. I didn't think so.
I'll ask him after this match if that's why, because he was looking through his graveyard like, didn't I saw reanimate? There was a reanimate, wasn't there?
Yes, there was definitely a reanimate.
Okay. Yep, you guys are right. All His Dust does not exile, so he should have had a really large creature in play for
he
1
definitely
mana.
should have.
Yeah. Reanimate that shadow, and next turn, Crystal plays the Thought Knot Seer.
Yeah. Ulamog was going to win the game no matter what. You're absolutely right. Because they would have taken 2 hits for the Death Shadow to win anyway. But yeah, Crystal was going to win that game, but that is important. We'll try to pay attention to that if that happens again. We'll correct it.
Yep. You guys are right. Still dies. But if it wasn't even an option, because he didn't know about the Ulamog, right?
No.
Oh, maybe he did. I don't think so. All right. It doesn't even matter. That's what chat's decided.
Huh.
That's what they're telling us. All of that.
Decision.
All of that. Thinking through lines after 4 rounds doesn't even matter. Gonna put that on a gravestone.
Didn't even matter.
Didn't even matter. Still would have ended up the same way.
We're gonna watch another bad matchup here, or do we want to watch Game 3? Let's watch Game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like they're getting set up. So they shuffled up fast. They're
Stockton gets to be on the play. His deck likes to be on the play,
Oh yeah.
as do most
Delver.
legacy decks.
He goes to 18.
Crystal can't play an Ulamog this turn.
No, but that's a mimic. It might mimic the Ulamog.
Okay. Here's a upkeep brainstorm to make sure the Delver flips.
Oh yeah, and he found a snuff out.
That's cute.
That card seems great in this matchup. Seems really good.
He successfully flipped a Delver. What are we waiting for?
Oh yeah, he's got Wasteland. Yeah, we've talked about that, Terry. Crystal's deck is like some weird hybrid between Eldrazi Stompy and Eldrazi Post.
Nope.
It's strange. The creatures that she plays, she's Eldrazi Stompy, but the lands that she has make it look like she should be having like a 4 Endbringer deck. It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right, second hit from Delver. And we got a Preordain. Looking at 3 cards?
Can you have a post ordain? Or just an ordain?
Maybe he didn't. Kind of looks like he grabbed 3 cards there. Yep, snuff out. He's gonna lose 4 life.
I have a nest.
And he's gonna play a very little Death Shadow.
Oh man. Did you guys see that Death Shadow?
It's just a little guy. Oh no!
Why would you want a nest?
No!
Ah! We broke it.
Crap.
We're still here. Look. We move. It works.
Yep, go to your fix. Shoot.
Oh goodness.
Ah. We've only had to do it 3 times today. What do we miss?
It's back up already? Wow. Look at that. Oh, and we're dead. Yeah, ghost chairs. We're here, but we're not
Oh
here.
yeah, I keep forgetting
Don't-
that happens
Don't
each time
do
we do
that.
this.
Aw. Now we're back. Boring. We want our money back.
Well, Stockton got it.
Your 27 bits? You didn't even try and put bits in. That was trippy. I was tripped out.
Oh, I need to reset this one too. It should
So-
work. It should work though, because yeah, there we go.
Okay. Stockton won the whole match?
Yeah.
Ooh, did you see that? There's a deflecting palm coming out of
Whoa.
Lennon's deck there. So
Looks like they're on sideboarding.
looks like they're done.
I think Paul got it 2-0. So we didn't even need to fix anything.
What? The thing knew we were done. Which means we now have to go like this.
What are we doing?
Chair! 15 this time, guys. Ready? Uh-oh, the bucket's full.
Yeah,
how
the
am I
bucket's full.
supposed to get any in if the thing is full?
You got
one.
You got 2.
Two.
Nope.
Two.
2.
Paul has drop of honey.
Yeah, he does.
I think just one. That
Well,
was
cool.
fun.
Oh, no, he
One
just gets
of
1.
one.
Yep. Oh, he's hitting it.
Oh.
Nope. Yep.
Oh!
Yeah, 1 for 1. That's the best we've ever seen.
That's amazing. That's like 100%. Or 7, but
That
I'm not sure
represented
which.
all 23 of the ones he gave us.
Did you just get 23 for 23? I don't think
Is that how
that's
that
how.
works?
I don't think that's how it works. Let's find out.
Is this really important
Th-
to get this in
Of
before?
course.
100% success. Can't lose.
It's purple. It's not. Oh! Oh! Look at that!
You knocked everybody's out.
Oh! Chat, we can go home now. We never have to do this again. That was
The
amazing.
guy who can't get like more than like 2 out of 10.
Somebody wanted to see a magic trick like 3 hours ago. I just showed one. Yep. That was magical.
That's like the best note to end a stream on ever.
All right,
Well-
guys. Thanks for joining us for whatever that was.
Yeah.
And we'll be back here next Tuesday.
Awesome. And Friday. We're going to make it work. I know the cameras are being dumb. We're going to make it work. I'm telling you.
It's working at the moment, right?
Yes. We will see you Friday.
Is that what we learned? Oh, perfect. Have a good night,
All right,
guys.
guys. Later.